Hey guys, we're live. I'm Alex O'Neill. I have Nobshin, Scott, and Jarrett with me. We're gonna do some bonus content. Nobshin, are you awake?
Yeah, I
Okay.
had a nap. I feel good.
You did your pre-show nap, which is as essential as the pre-show wank.
I think I
Let's
gotta.
be real here.
I think I gotta probably do a nap because on Fridays usually I work on Fridays and at Fridays I work in the morning and it's just like an all day thing because I don't take breaks or anything like that because I just want to get the workday done. So I'll just go through all this one shot it and then I'm like, yeah, I'm home, and then it's like whatever, do something. And usually I just go to Mark and Katie's, and then I'm like, oh, they're getting sleep, and then I have to do this podcast, and it's like, now I'm tired. So I'll probably just take a
Right.
nap from now on, and then just before we record, and it'll be all lively and free and ready to record.
Good. I'm glad. I was sad that you were in the zone last week, but it's okay. We got
And there was games to actually talk about too, like Blender. I could have talked about that, but oh well,
yeah.
forget it. Never talk about it again.
It's over.
Nah, you got to do that this week.
You got to talk about Slender this week. At least talk about Slender. But
Yeah, that's fine.
we'll get to.
So before we get too far away from it, what the fuck is the pre-show wank?
So the podcast Interactive Distractions, they have a lot of pre-show rituals.
Okay.
And one of their hosts, Jeff Chorney, who's been on here multiple times, introduced to us the concept of a pre-show wank. And former host Joe Fate was very much on board with that.
Oh yes.
You gotta crank one out before the show, so you're like on point. You're not distracted.
Just gotta get the anxiety out.
Yeah, you know.
That's one way
It's
of
like
putting
a
it.
slim scene. That's a very nice way of putting it. Um, but that's the pre-show wank. It is exactly what it sounds like.
Okay, I was making sure I wasn't missing something, and it turns out I was missing absolutely nothing. So
Yeah, no, it is like take it on face value to the almost exact extent that it has
Ugh.
to be.
Ugh.
take the pre-show wank on face value. Done.
Done. There you go.
Don't do it.
Yeah, so much to live for. Don't do it.
So, how you doing, Nobishin? How's life treating you?
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's literally just work, man. There's nothing else really going on. Like my nephew's birthday is like on Monday, but we'll probably do something for him this weekend. Um, we might do the Great Wolf Lodge. I think that was my sister was trying to do, but I don't know if that's actually going to happen. But I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. I was like getting ready to buy him because like my nephew pretty much all he asks for his birthday is this Microsoft points, so he can just waste them on Happy Wars and everything like that. So, but like me being the person I am, like, no, you're getting something else. But I'm gonna get you a game. I'm gonna get you something else. So, I just went out to him like, hey, I'll get you Super Smash Bros. And we'll put that together. And he's like, okay, okay. And then like the day before, I asked him like, hey, like, you still want Smash Brothers, right? Because I don't want to get this if you don't intend to play. He's like, nah, I don't want to play that. So I was like, you know what, fuck you, little kid. So, um,
I love
so
this
I pretty much said like,
relationship that you have with your nephew that we get to hear about.
well, yeah, it's all good stuff. And like,
Fuck you.
so, so pretty much I was like, okay, well, since you're going to be like that, I'll definitely get you something that you want, and I'll give you some Microsoft points too as well. So I'm giving him like a $15 Microsoft thing, and I'm getting him the Dragon Ball Z movie that just came out because that's coming out the day after his birthday. So I said I'm gonna get you this. I'm gonna get you something the day after his birthday. You don't know what it is, but I know you'll like it because you like Dragon Ball Z. With the movie theaters, it was a big special moment. Watching that together. So I'm pretty sure he'll be happy with that. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm being an uncle in the worst possible way.
Sounds good. Just talking about DBZ, man. That's all you need. All right. Sounds good. Like I know you are the number one uncle on Irrational Passions podcast, mostly because you're the only one. But
I would think so.
I hope so. Evan's got like his brother has children somewhere.
Well, he
We
doesn't use a condom, so.
You paid way too much attention to that conversation. Jared, what about you? How's life, man?
It's alright.
It's all right.
Nothing super special.
Yeah, just hanging in there, playing some Diablo every now and again.
More like going to work
Yeah.
and then coming home and thinking about doing something really productive and actually just sitting down and going to sleep.
Is there like scotch or whiskey like in between that?
Usually
Yeah.
not scotch or whiskey, actually, probably more gin more often
Okay.
than anything.
I always wonder.
And there's like literally cans of beer that are full that just litter my desk.
You would just open it and then just leave it.
Or like I open the box and I pull out one and it never really makes it to being opened and put in my body, so it just sits there.
Yeah.
And there's like 3 or 4 of them that are now growing like trees on my desk. Just unopened beer. So I'm never too far away from beer, I guess.
I understand. As long as it's not the Green Fairy.
No.
We've learned that she's
The problem with absinthe is that it's not even like real alcohol. It's like a key to unlock a door of bad decisions.
yeah.
There's no great way. You don't enjoy absinthe. Absinthe is made to fuck everything up. That's its job.
To make it worse.
To just make something, or even better, but you wouldn't know.
Yeah, you're in no condition to know if anything is better or worse.
You're just an agent of what absinthe is here to do. That's fuck something up.
Yeah. And whether absinthe fucks you up or you fuck something up on absinthe,
Right.
mission accomplished.
People don't mix absinthe into things because it tastes good. Because they like the notes.
Yeah, man. That hot green note that it hits.
Yeah. That nice subtle licorice. Alcoholic licorice flavor that, really brings people coming back. No.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Duh. It brings people back to like bad trips. That's all it does.
Or wakes the dead. And then
Or
kills
wakes-
them again.
Or wakes the dead. All right, man. You know what? There's nothing wrong with just coming home and sleeping after working. That's what I do after class sometimes. I just sleep because it's nice.
You have to appreciate sleep. It's worse when I want to sleep like all day and then I get home and can't.
Yeah, dude.
That's when you sit and stare at Destiny for like 4 hours and then it's like 12 suddenly and you're like, fuck, I have to wake up in like 5 hours.
Yeah. I have been recently falling back into the insomnia train, so I understand not being able to sleep quite well.
Yeah, it's
Anyway.
great.
Yes, it's so positive, uplifting. Scott, what about you?
Let's see here.
That should be like your catchphrase, Scott. Let's see.
It already is. Like the fuck?
Like just
Like,
the build up.
It already is.
It is. You're right. I feel like you have like a notepad of like your like. Usually you're putting on your spectacles and you're like, let's see here, what did I do? And you have like a pen to check off like topics you already talked about.
It's more or less like, where's the pen? Where's the paper? Did I even do anything?
What did I do? Where am I?
No, but I was trying to think of anything other than
Go to
what happened
school.
today, which was my grandparents or my grandfather is staying for a week, I think.
I've never met your grandparents, Scott. How are they?
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
My grandmother's like super racist, so
Yeah, and
that's all I got.
So
I
that's
don't-
it. It's over.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
He talks enough, but I wouldn't like he could be secretly racist, but like other than that, no.
Yeah.
Like he is I want to say he's different from almost every other old person I've ever seen. Even my other side of even the other side's grandparents are way different.
Okay. What's he like?
Let's see.
Check off this.
He's funny.
Okay. He's got good grandpa humor. That's good.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. He's actually understanding.
Okay.
He doesn't do the in my day and this is what you should do. It's
Yeah.
yeah, he doesn't do that at all.
That's
The real funny one is he's cheap. Really, really like you think I'm cheap, you got no idea.
Where from? No, my grandfather is like, it's weird. He used to work for the government, and he's not allowed to talk about it. And so like he's really deflective if you bring up like that part of his life. And
Like, please.
no, he just changes the subject like unceremoniously.
These aren't the
and,
droids you're looking for.
Yeah, pretty much. And
Sorry, I just watched Star Wars. That's
have you
nothing.
have you watched it? Have you watched it for the first time, Ocean?
No, it's been like literally years, like since infancy, that I've seen the first Star Wars movie in its entirety. Because it used to be on TBS all the time, so like I always catch like bits and pieces of it, but I haven't actually sat down and watched the entire thing since I was like maybe like 6 or something. So
What did you think of it?
it's still good. It still holds up.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird looking. I didn't mean to interrupt your shit. Just keep talking about what you were talking about. I'll talk about.
No, I mean I was just talking about my grandfather. He likes technology a lot, and he hates Apple, and it's really funny to talk to him about it. And he grows out his index fingernail like way too long, so he can use it on touch screens. And it's like that's not how they work anymore, but he doesn't care. And it's disgusting.
That was never the point.
Yeah, that's never the point. And it's disgusting. That's all. That's my grandfather.
That's all.
And my other grandfather died when I was like 2, so I never actually got to meet him or get to know him at least. It's okay. Tell me about Star Wars now.
But I set the mood.
Yeah. A New Hope.
Yeah, the New Hope. Yeah, that movie's still good. It holds up nicely, actually. It's interesting looking at that movie now, though, because it's like, it just throws like a whole bunch of shit at you, and it's like, it's just a moment of like of acceptance. Like I don't know what's going on. Like, I mean, I know what's going on, but like if I was just watching it for the first time, like I wouldn't know what was going on or who these people were. But like they're making a really decent universe for this, like something that's like something that's like from the '70s.
Yeah.
So it was really good.
Yeah, no. I like it. I like A New Hope. I like Empire Strikes Back, obviously the most, as I've said before. 'Cause that movie's amazing. But A New Hope like really sets it up well. It's like one of those classic movies. It's like I'm gonna just assume you know what's going on and you're paying attention, and we're gonna go. We're gonna do this.
No, it seems like it's like, hey, this is just the story, take it or leave it for what it is. Kind of like how Guardians of the Galaxy did. Like, they don't explain shit in that movie. They just stuff is there,
And they don't
and
have
like
to. It's great.
yeah, exactly. So like you just take it at face value and just go along with the ride. And I think that's pretty cool for what that is.
Yeah.
Or like the prequels are kind of like super over explaining. Like I don't know, it just seems like
Metachlorians.
they try to explain everything or have a reason for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, the beginning of the first one, Phantom Menace, where they just throw like a wall of text at you, and you're like, motherfucker, I don't care about trade routes and all that shit. And it lasts like 5 or 6 minutes, and I'm like, god damn it.
God damn it, this movie already sucks.
Yeah, I haven't even seen a movie yet, and it still sucks.
I think probably what brought it down the most that was like probably just so much of the politics of it in those movies.
Oh yeah.
I think that would really brought it down because like there's basically none in that, and I guess that's more intriguing because like we're going against the government instead of like making a government or like or keeping the government the way it is, like the way it is. So I don't know. It's just keeps your interest more.
Yeah. I mean, it's like it's weird because like you go from like a war between two sides that end up being the same side, and then a war that like one side isn't even worried about until shit gets real at the end of A New Hope.
Mm.
So it's cool. Like I like the setup of those original 3 Star Wars movies quite a bit. Anything else, Scott? Anything else happen in your life? As we were talking.
No, nothing else.
Right. I didn't do anything. So like, for once, like usually I'm like, God, you guys are so fucking boring. No, I didn't do anything. I slept a lot this week. I went to class. I learned about history, and I didn't even know the
History's cool.
I didn't even know the American-Philippine War was a thing
Oh yeah.
that ever happened, and I learned all about that, and like how like over 1 million civilians, or possibly up to 1 million civilians, died because of us filthy Americans in the early 1900s. So that was fucked up. Yeah, that was
You're
that was
just,
my week. I'm doing
Oh
a
man, we're
cheery
gonna
person
talk about
today, aren't
school.
you?
You wanna hear what my teacher taught me?
what?
It's gonna be good.
Okay.
Yeah, you see, it told me to be very, very afraid of multidimensional matrices.
Oh my god.
I am afraid.
I live in fear right now. You don't understand. Yeah, no, I'm full of the cheers today with Scott's bringing it with multidimensional matrices and
No, don't even. Last time we bring that up.
American Philippine War. I'm doing a project for my mass media class about podcasts. I was like, hey, teacher, I host 3 podcasts. He's like, no shit. And I was like, yeah. And then he was like, well, you want to do a project about them for extra credit? We can just like do like a Q&A. I'm like, sure. And the guy who directed the Blair Witch Project is coming in on Monday to talk to us. Which is going to be interesting.
How to trick a lot of people into thinking your movie's awesome.
That is kind of the whole thing, too. He knows what he did.
Yeah. And he walked away happy.
And much,
One can only
much
hope
richer.
to live that life.
Yeah. So, and like he kind of started the trend of the found footage style movies, at least back up again. So he's going to kind of talk about that. So I'm curious. See how that's gonna work out. But yeah, that's my week. Blair Witch projects and podcast presentations. So let's get this shit started. Get this show on the road. Talk about video games. What really matters here.
Alright, give me one last chance to try and configure this audio transfer thing.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do something.
Alrighty. Eduardo Sanchez. That's his name. God, Blair Witch Project made a lot of money.
Yes.
$248 million. That is like a lot more than I thought it would be.
Especially considering he made it with like fucking pocket change.
He made it with
As far as movies are concerned.
$25,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, oh my god, incomprehensible.
Alright, I'm good.
You good? All right.
Good.
Everybody ready? Got Audacity open? Did your test recordings?
Mm-hmm.
Learned about yourselves mentally and physically?
Uh-huh.
Okay. On one then. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Boom, 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 boom.
I'm ready. My body is so ready. I'll tweet out this link again. Actually, I copied my friend code, so I have to copy this again. Just gonna narrate what I'm doing right now.
It's like we're there.
It's like we're right here, right now. Episode 198. Come watch us record live. Jared, are you gonna get Smash Brothers for the 3DS?
I do have a 3DS. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to get Smash.
Okay. Don't you have like a 2DS or something?
Yes,
Yeah. That's right. You got it for Bravely Default.
I did. And I got it for Link Between Worlds that I never actually bought.
Oh,
That game's really good.
It's still like on the list, but every time I'm like, wow, I have a break in time. Maybe I could go buy a new game. It's always never going to happen. It's always something else.
Well, now I have to buy Shadow of Mordor.
Right. Which I did, and that's why I didn't buy Link Between Worlds this time.
Oh, you do have Shadow of Mordor on here. Good. Somebody can talk
Good.
about it.
I like to hear about that.
Yeah. God, everything I hear about that game is just so positive. I love it.
It's not all positive.
Okay. Never mind. I'm
Some of the internet's been kind of down on it.
Oh shit! The dark net, the down net.
The dark net, the deep net.
Yeah. All right. Let's do this. It is Friday, October 3rd, 2014, and you're listening to the Rational Passions podcast. I am Alex O'Neill, your host this evening, or morning, whenever you're listening to this. But with me, I have Scott Guth here.
Hello.
Brian Nobishin Jackson is here.
Oh, you almost messed it up there.
I almost did. I didn't, though. So, and writer extraordinaire and editor
Grind cheese,
of...
by the way. I don't know.
Okay, that works. Editor of, I don't know, Morbid Things, who still never played that World War I game. Jared Green is here.
I'm working it out. It's on the list.
It's on the list. I gotta know how depressing it is. Almost as depressing as
It's about World War One, so assume as depressing as possible.
Assume supreme bummer.
Yeah,
A level
massive
of depression. We got a good show for you guys. A little laid back. I'm a little tired. I'm not gonna front, but we got everything lined up for you. New games have come out. We've played them. I promise this time. No news happened, but we'll figure something out. And we're 2 weeks away from episode 200, so there's something to be excited about. We're gonna have a good time. So I guess to catch you guys up for a little house cleaning, to get it out of the way right off the bat, nothing went up on the website. I'm sorry. I've just been super busy, and I assume everyone else has been as well. Though you can still listen to Jarrett's ramblets, because I know if you're listening to this, you didn't listen to this. Those are really good, by the way, Jarrett. I don't know if you...
Yeah, don't be an asshole. Listen to this.
Yeah. I don't know if you knew that. But those are good. I like them. But we got Extra Life in the works, to remind you guys. Extra Life 2014 is on Saturday, October 25th. I think we're going to start around 10 a.m. Eastern Time and go till 10 a.m. Eastern Time the following day. It's going to be a party. We're going to have guests. Justin Graffius is going to be there. I think we're going to take that week off, the Friday before that. We're going to not record a podcast, but we're going to do something instead, something else, because episode 200 will be right before then.
Drive Club podcast. No.
Yeah, we'll do a Drive Club related
So,
podcast.
you guys excited about this? No.
No.
All right, so we are clear to shit on it for a couple
right.
hours, right?
Yeah, pretty much. No, we'll do like a live stream or something. We will fill your Friday evening with some shenanigans, and we'll probably get unhealthy levels of drunkenness will happen. So, and then that'll be our Friday night. We won't do the podcast, and then Saturday we'll be playing video games and live streaming it all day. I was talking to Justin on Malicious Underground podcast, which recorded this past week as well. And the idea to play a Extra Life themed D&D campaign came up, where we would all play as ourselves. And I wrote a story, like a quick story, after I got the idea, where something absurd happens, and then all of us are transported into a very odd place, and then we play a D&D campaign as ourselves, a brief one, and we could do that during Extra Life if people were interested. It could be fun, but it could also be like super complicated and nobody would be on board with it. And it's also technically not a video game, as Harold was the first to remind me, but we'll see. That's out there as like a thing we could do for a couple hours. But we'll see what happens. If you'd like to learn more about Extra Life, you can go to irrationalpassions.com. Up in the top, it says Extra Life 2014. You can click that, and by the time this episode is out, on the sidebar, it'll be like a big block that says Extra Life, and it has a link to all of our information where you can donate. We're playing games to raise money for Child's Play charity. So, and episode 200 is the week before that, Friday, October 17th. We're going to be live on twitch.tv around 7 to 8 p.m. in that general vicinity. And we'll just be doing a live show. We'll be taking calls and everything. So tune in for that. But that's all. That's all that's been going on. So let's talk about some video games. Jarrett, you want to kick us off?
Sure. As soon as I remember what I was playing. Oh, I wrote it down. Good.
Yeah. You've been playing this game that has a
I played this
in it.
little indie game called Destiny.
Okay.
Some small developer. I think their name is like Rubber Band
Grungy.
or something. Yeah, Grungy.
Grungy is the worst parody name I've ever heard.
Grungy. No, I'm playing Destiny. I have a 25 or 26-ish Warlock.
Okay. So you have reached the post-game content.
I'm officially in post-game.
So, like, how boring is it so far?
It's fine. I think the problem that I have with the post-game isn't that it's repetitive because, I mean, let's get serious. I was doing the same things in post-game that I was doing at level 1. And then shoot in the face. Pretty much exclusively. And I don't think that's a bad thing. It's not for everyone, obviously. But I don't need every game I play to have this epic story where hearts are broken and souls are touching. There are other games, better games for that. And I have a extensive history with MMOs, so I pretty much know how this works. The end game is where the grinding happens. It's where you do a lot of the same shit over and over again to get better things, so that you can do the next tier of the same shit over and over again to get better things, move to the next tier. The problem I'm having with Destiny is that there really isn't a next tier yet. Bungie's adopted this ideology of kind of releasing things in short bursts in like preordained periods of time. And that's fine, but the content hasn't changed yet. What's changed is why I'm doing it, or what gear I'm doing it for. For example, the Queen's Wrath stuff that just passed is literally do the same shit you were doing. We're going to give you a new set of bounties, which are things like kill 100 of this particular type of creature and get extra reputation for whatever faction you're repping, and marks, which is just another currency. Instead of getting faction reputation, you'll get reputation for the Queen's faction, and you'll be doing special bounties, but you'll be doing it at the same places, killing the same people in the same ways. And that's kind of frustrating because there are 6 strikes in the game, so even if you're doing them at random, like your chances are you're going to do 1 or 2, like in any given, I guess, round. Like if you sit in the Vanguard strike playlist, it literally just gets you together. It matchmaking happens with 2 other dudes at random, and you go through random strikes. But more than once, I've been doing the same strike back to back to back because there's not a whole lot of different content to do. So saying I'm doing it for the Queen doesn't change the fact that I'm still shooting this giant Archon in the face on his ship. Like, the path of me doing it doesn't change at all. Literally nothing changes except for the fact that my reward will be different. And this is the game that probably won't suffer from that.
Still fun though, right?
It's still fun. Like, I think anyone who picks the games up and plays it just to play it can find plenty of fun in it. It's one of the better shooters I've played in a long time. And just picking up the controller and shooting things is really fun to do. The Crucible, I don't have the same problems a lot of people have with the Crucible, because I think the mismatching of levels is a bit overstated. by a lot of people. I think a lot of people are really ready to blame the levels that they're getting shot in the face and not their own personal skill. And I think it's time for everyone to get over it. Maybe you're not as good as you thought. Especially since the Iron Banner's coming out, where the levels are disparate. If you're level 27 with level 27 gear, you are definitely better than the person level 20 or lower with level 20 or lower gear. Like they come out and tell you that there's no balancing happening here. I think people who play enough of the normal Crucible and the Iron Banner stuff will clearly see the difference. And in the beta, it took me doing that to understand that there was a very definite difference. Now, Bungie's not very transparent about what the balancing is going on in the normal Crucible. They don't tell you exactly like what's being capped and how, but it's apparent if you look. Granted, I haven't played much of Destiny this week because I got Shadows of Mordor, and I've been doing that all week.
Yeah.
And that game. That's
That
a game
game.
right there. That game's for you. I'm not sure who you are, but it's probably for you.
Yeah. So, I mean, do you think Destiny's gonna last with you? Stay in your heart forever, like Bungie wants it
Will
to?
last for 10 years.
I don't know if it'll last for 10 years, but it definitely has more legs because I think what gives it legs is the fact that unlike other MMOs, I don't feel like any time I take off of it is time I've lost. Plenty of MMOs, especially if I'm leveling with people I know, if I'm not playing for a week and they are, I'm way behind. So much so, it's difficult for me to come back from without having to grind double time. And traditional contemporary MMOs take a lot of investment to get through like the story chains, like all that kind of stuff. Bungie does not have that issue. Everything I want to do in Bungie is all interconnected. If I want to do a daily story, it's going to be on a planet. I can go to the bounty guy to see if I can make sure, keep all my bounties in line to make sure all the bounties I'd be doing are on that same planet, so I can do a lot of my grinding at the same time and start stacking up my bonuses that way. And the average, I guess, mission will take maybe anywhere between 10 minutes to a half hour. It's not a whole lot of work to get back into this game. So I don't fear if I take like a week or two off from, the rigor that I'm going to be super far behind. And I think that's what gives Destiny a really approachable way back into it. That, and I'm pretty sure if I just stopped playing Destiny now and came back in December, it might look different. It might feel a little bit different. I think by then, the first expansion shit might be out. That'll be the key to Destiny, making sure that there's new enough content coming out and enough time to keep people interested. Because, like I said, you're doing the same stuff very often. That's going to get old to anyone, no matter who you are. Hopefully, Bungie knows that too.
Yeah. I mean, I have faith that Bungie will at least support it, but it's the quality of support that I just don't know with how the game ended up. Not that I'm saying that the game is bad, I wonder. I guess a lot of people were surprised at what the game actually ended up being. So, we'll see, I guess.
It definitely feels like a redacted game. Like, there was definitely something there before that's just not anymore. And I think that's the biggest mystery. Like, where is the Crow? Where are these stories they hinted to at, like, E3 that just aren't even no remnants of right now? There's lots of, in these cutscenes especially, there's lots of characters and the way things are going, the way people are acting that imply that there's bigger things happening. And at the end of the day, nothing is made very apparent to you. It suffers in its storytelling the same way Final Fantasy 13 suffered for me, where much of the detail that would help that story be palatable was never told to you. You had to go into the menu and read it. And once you read it, it all made sense. But until you do that, you're just wondering why Hope is crying. And you're like, you were super happy like 20 minutes ago. Like, what the fuck is happening?
He's a bitch.
He is a bitch, by the way. And the end of 13 is the most frustrating thing ever in my life. But that's neither here nor there.
Okay.
I think Destiny has promise, but it's okay.
I'll say at least you can get to the info in Final Fantasy 13 in game.
In game, you don't have to have a phone app to read the info.
Yeah. All right, man. What about Shadows of Mordor? That
Shadows of
game.
Mordor is anyone who likes Assassin's Creed or Batman should probably get Shadows of Mordor. It's quite literally both those games.
Sweet.
It's so much so that one of the creative directors left Ubisoft after Assassin's Creed 2 and took assets with him to Monolith, and that's what this game is.
Okay.
That's what he did with them, and you see it. You climb towers to like open up sections of a map where you can go find stuff. The stealth parkour elements are pretty similar. In fact, if Shadow of Mordor does anything good, it capitalizes on all of the things that are very obviously similar and makes them better. In fact, anything I've pointed out in my head while I'm playing that I remember doing on other games, I remember doing it here better than them. Assassin's Creed especially has turned into a struggle with its free running system where you can do so much free running over so many different obstacles that every time you're running, you're trying to do something on an obstacle.
Mm-hmm.
And the more, I guess naturally, as the world that you inhabit in Assassin's Creed gets more and more modern, things get more and more urban and more and tightly packed together. You start running over things. Like Assassin's Creed 3 and 4, I had such a problem running into shit by accident. Like if I'm jumping off something, I'm always reaching out for something I don't want to touch. Just for the sake of free running, and that was kind of upsetting. In this game, there isn't so much of that urban sprawl. A lot of it's wide open between buildings and buildings that are all destroyed and whatnot. But as it's not as populated, it's definitely easier to get around.
Yeah. So, the most interesting thing about this game apparently is the AI
Nemesis
system. Yeah, Nemesis system. That's what they call it.
What makes it so interesting is it's so organic. The Nemesis systems focuses around the hierarchy of the orcs and the orcs. Everything on the little grid, everybody there is a captain, an officer in the orc army. If you've seen it, there's like rows, and the rows that are farthest to the back or higher are the higher ranking captains. The ones close to the front are the lowest ranking. At any given point in time, while you're hunting, doing whatever you're doing in story mode or what have you, you could be hunting one of these particular people or trying to break up something they're doing. They're all interacting with each other. So, since orcs and orcai generally don't necessarily have to like each other, they're always fighting amongst themselves for the same power they're fighting you for. So as you're hunting maybe a warlord who is one of the head bosses, two minor captains might be fighting for territory or something like that at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You can stumble across their squabble, let it happen, or sway it one way or the other. Whenever one of these orcs die, their spot either empties or they lay prone in it. Because sometimes when you kill them, they're not dead. They kind of flee or they're incapacitated but can come back.
Yeah.
Everything you do that involved any of these people affects the sort of power struggle between all the other ones. And it's relegated by a meter that's just simple power. It has a number, and whoever has the highest power is usually more powerful. But what's even more interesting than that is if there's spaces for room for improvement and room for promotion that you've left by killing them or letting them kill each other. If you die by one of these like orcai, they get more powerful. Or if a random orc just finds you and kills your ass, like he gets promoted. He gets a name and a title, and he moves up into one of these spots now.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
Which
like,
I thought was cool.
And that gives this game so much more personality because all the orcai do have lots of personality. Anyone who's watched Lord of the Rings movies knows that like they're kind of cast in this light that orcs are just stupid. They don't really say much. But spending lots of time around them in this game, you realize that they're not dumb. They all are very interesting characters, not super motivated but they're normal. So it's funny to see certain ones gain more personality as they grow. And it's not a narrative thing. It's not written in any script for this to happen. So it's funny to watch it happen based on, the direct interaction with you playing the game. The guy you let get away stabs you in the back, kills you. Now he runs a group of people, and he's bragging about it to all his friends. Everyone's like, I remember that dude. He was an asshole, but now he's like the asshole that runs us, so I guess I can't say anything about it. So people start getting kind of butthurt about it over to the side, and it creates this sort of running narrative that, depending on how long you spend with this particular character, because you can get you get more experience if you go kill that guy right afterwards to get revenge. Mm-hmm. But if he continues to elude you and continues to get more powerful, you've now created this sort of procedurally generated narrative with this character that you just met. He was a nobody until he met you. And now a subplot has happened when you're chasing this character around the map, trading blows and trying to get him, and he's trying to get you. It's really interesting concept that is very well done in this game.
Yeah, I mean,
again, nothing deliberate. It's just the way that the system is designed. It works so well.
Yeah, it was like when they talked about that system in the initial kind of development trailers that I'd watched, and that was kind of the reason why I was getting excited for the game. But I was like, there's no way it'll work this well, but it could be interesting at least if it works half as well as this, and it sounds like it actually worked that well.
And there's definitely holes in it. There's ways you just when you're shown when you fight some of these guys, you kill that dude. That dude's dead, but he's not dead because of some reason or other. Maybe you didn't have enough power, statistically, to beat him, even though you did very clearly beat him. Oh. So his location is still there, and he's still active. You don't know where he is, and next time you see him, he might have visible scars of your last encounter and remember you.
Yeah.
But if I cut a dude's head off, that dude's probably dead.
So, what does it mean when they kill you?
Well, since you can't die by mortal means because of your curse that happens at the beginning of the game when the Wraith finds you and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But when they do dispatch you, you get teleported back to the last tower you were at, but all the orcs around them know you did it. So they take that as a sign of power. Instead of having to kill other orcs that can't do it, you kill the guy who's killing all the orcs. So now you're awesome. And that's kind of the mentality they take into their newfound role as captain or whatever. Mm-hmm. Next time you find them, if they killed you, they'll actually talk shit about you, remembering details of the battle you just had. Or vice versa, if you do something specific to them, like one guy lit on fire and he ran away.
Yeah.
He came back with bandages wrapped around his face and remembered that it lit him on fire. And wasn't super pumped about it.
He wasn't super stoked that you'd done that.
No, because he had a specific. Each of these guys have strengths and weaknesses that you can use to your advantage, and his weakness happened to be fire. He was not even afraid of being lit on fire. He was afraid of fire. Period. If the fire was lit around him, he was not cool about it.
Yeah. So he was extra not cool with it.
Yes, he was extra not excited about me.
Yeah. It sounds
fire
like
killed his father, raped his mother.
Yeah.
But if and these guys who are afraid of fire, if you use fire against them, every time you run into them, they might immediately run away from you.
Yeah. That's cool. It sounds really interesting and nothing I've heard before in a game, at least.
It's super cool, especially coming from Destiny, where the bosses were bosses because they had lots of hit points. These bosses are bosses because they earned it.
Yeah.
Some of these guys had to kill you to get to be a boss, and if they get any higher, it's because they keep killing you. You build rapport with these characters every time you meet them, and that's super interesting to me.
Yeah, and all the statistics on the captains and everything's randomly generated, correct?
Yeah, and they can develop as they go along. And when they get to elite captain, they might have developed a couple, or weaknesses might have been removed and gained more strengths.
Cool. So, are you pretty positive on it?
Yes, I think this game is really good.
Sweet. Any downsides to it that you've noticed so far?
Um, there's weird sort of loopholes around being caught in stealth and stuff like that. They're unlike maybe the heavily stealth missions are designed to be really straightforward in a stealth way. Like certain routes are cut off and things like that to make you funneled into a certain direction to keep the narrative of this particular story mission the same. This isn't so much the same design. Like the map isn't super big, so you'll end up going over lots of different areas pretty often. But if a story mission happens in an area, it's literally like they draw a big circle around a particular part of the map, and that's what you work in. But it doesn't appear to me anyway that they adjust dramatically any of the like enemy positions or anything like that to sort of cater to the things the story's asking you to do. So if you have to like stealth kill 5 orcs or something like that from the sky or whatever, it's not like they're setting these orci up in a way where that would be feasible. You kind of have to force your way to do that because the way the enemies are laid out are the way they will always be laid out.
Yeah.
And that's, I guess, not a bad thing, but you'd think that if it's a story asking you to do something specific, they would design the game space to be more specific.
Just kind of a bummer.
It's a bummer, but it's, I guess, not really a bummer, but you think that'd be like the motivation.
Yeah.
It doesn't really change. It turns an encounter in a stronghold you've already been into just another adventure through the stronghold. Not anything more special than that.
Yeah. I gotcha.
But I'm not done it. There's definitely room for grandiose things to happen.
All right, man. It sounds awesome. Like, God, everything I hear about it makes me want to play it. Especially,
it's a very good game.
Especially having loved all 3 of the Batman games. I very clearly like 2 more than the other one.
Yeah.
I thought you would say you loved all the Lord of the Rings games, the old Lord of the Rings games.
I liked
love
the Return of the King PS2 Lord of the Rings game. For no
That one
good
wasn't bad.
reason.
I liked the Two Towers one. That was okay.
Yeah, I liked the Return of the King because like it started with Helm's Deep for no real reason. But it was like, since it was the tutorial level, it was super easy, and it just felt fucking awesome, just killing all the dudes. And I liked the Battle of Minas Tirith for all the reasons other than it actually sucked, and I couldn't tell when I was a kid. But yeah, man, a good licensed game.
Yeah, the story's not great, but the voice acting's pretty good.
Yeah,
So
Little North and Troy Baker, so
yeah,
can't complain too much.
No.
And it's it's a Lord of the Rings game, so I didn't expect like a lot.
There's really nothing here like profound as far as story's concerned, but
it's like 2 licensed games, good licensed games coming out of Warner Brothers now, Batman and now Shadows of Mordor.
they're doing the right thing over there.
Yeah. With different developers too, so.
I played older stuff.
Okay.
Final Fantasy X, 10. That game. I played that game with the intention of beating it again without grinding.
Okay.
Which I've done rather successfully until where I'm at now.
Getting one-shotted?
I'm at Sin.
Oh shit! Like that's it.
So the problem with Sin though is he has 150,000 health, and you have to kill him before he gets his overdrive, which instant deaths you. And since I haven't done much grinding, like I'm not like breaking the damage limit at all, so I'm not sure I'm going to do this.
Oh, yeah.
I guess I have to go get Anima maybe, but I don't really want to do that either.
Yeah.
But I'm like right there. Like I just got to kill Sin, kill Seymour again, and then just kill Yu Yevon, and the game's over. So do I just stop here? I don't want to do that because that's stupid. I'm at the end. I see it. I don't really want to go back and get Anima because I don't think I did everything right. So I have to go do all that again too. It's just frustrating.
So like,
It's all coming down around me.
there's no like world map in Final Fantasy X, right?
At the end, there is when you get the airship and the last the very last couple hours of the game, you can choose to go directly to Sin and take him down and go inside and end the game, or fly around.
Okay.
And that's when the world map comes up.
Are you actually flying around or like picking from a list?
Picking from a list, but you can explore the map. Like, you can't fly around the world, but you can explore coordinates on the map to find new things
Okay.
that aren't on the list.
That's how Tales of Graces did it. I'm looking at a picture right now. Yeah, I was curious because, like, I was told I have very limited experience with Final Fantasy X. I have more experience with Final Fantasy IX than I do 10, which is terrifying. But
It's weird for your age.
I know it is weird, right?
Mhm.
Because Derek loved, my oldest brother loved 9. Vivi is like his favorite Final Fantasy character. And my other brother loved 10, so I got some exposure to both, and then Brady my other brother showed me the entire end of Final Fantasy X. I'm like, oh, this is what happened. So,
I didn't appreciate 10 until recently. It took me I had to get older before I appreciated 10.
yeah, I've been like
Same
back
with
and
9,
forth.
actually.
I've been back and forth
I had to
going
read
back to
more
it.
before I appreciated 9.
I have to be like a middle-aged adult to appreciate 8. I feel like.
Yeah, I don't think I'm never going to appreciate 8.
Yeah. Go ahead, Nabshin. You're gonna say something.
Oh no. It was that's the thing of Mark. He was like, 'cause 9 is his favorite, and he really enjoyed 10 for what it was. But then like he lost his memory, and he like did so much more for it. He's like, no, I'm never gonna play this game again. So, but then eventually we saw
Wait,
the ending
plot
when we went to
device?
like some girl named. Wait, what?
The he loses
Plot
memory as a
device.
plot device is just yeah.
Oh no, lost his memory on the memory card.
Oh,
Not amnesia, just the memory
okay.
card.
The memory
Yeah.
card had amnesia. That's what happened.
Yeah. Sure, yeah. And then we eventually saw, and then the ending at some girl named Jennifer's house. Like the one time we went there, we saw the ending of Final Fantasy X, and I was like, oh, okay. 'Cause, I knew nothing about the game. I was all Kingdom Hearts, so I didn't know anything about Final Fantasy then. So except I didn't like 7, but other than that,
That was your only opinion on Final Fantasy was that fuck 7 and all that shit.
pretty much.
No, like there's some good characters in Final Fantasy X, like Auron. Auron's awesome, but that game's like a real bummer.
I think that's why I had to appreciate. It took me to get older to appreciate bummers more before I appreciated it, because that game really is like a treatise on death, on how we
Yeah.
appreciate death and how we really shouldn't.
Yeah, it is, especially like with how it starts.
Yeah,
This human sacrifice type deal.
but even like it's not just it's how it starts, but it's also like a recurring theme that always gets reintroduced like every time a major plot device happens or any major plot stop happens. It's always usually centered around someone's death or someone pretending not to be dead or someone trying to use death to gain eternal life, and how this world's pretty much destined to kill itself.
Yeah.
Either one person dies to continue the cycle of death, or no one dies and everybody dies with it, and then the cycle's over. And you're like, well, obviously this sucks, and I don't really know why I'm here.
Yeah. What can I do? Right.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I'll play Final Fantasy X someday, I think, but
Just use the normal spear grid and grind. I used the expert spear grid and didn't. So now I'm staring at Sin like there's nothing I can do about this.
oh well. Sounds good to me. What else, Jared?
Played Velocity 2X.
You read that game.
I did. I've been playing it again. I'm still trying to. I was trying to get like better medals, but I don't think I'm done with that. Just because I don't really need to do that.
Yeah.
There's other things to spend time on. Like Shadowrun, I finally played.
Shadowrun or Shadowrun Returns?
Shadowrun Returns. Actually, not even Shadowrun Returns. The Dragon's Fall thing.
Okay.
Mostly because I thought I was running Shadowrun Returns, and Steam was like, "Oh, you mean the free DLC you downloaded?" And I'm like, "Nope, but I'll play it anyway."
Yeah. So this is like the first like official campaign they've put out, right?
Yeah. Shadowrun, really good game.
Really? I
I
hear
like
mixed things.
Really?
I, I don't mean it like. I guess I do.
Well, I mean, the writing is not great, and the story is super basic. But if you like, say, D&D or Pathfinder mechanics, there's a lot to like about this game.
Yeah, like I don't know if you've heard of Divinity: Original Sin.
Yes.
That's very much in the D&D-esque mechanic style as well.
The problem with Divinity: Original Sin is my computer will probably not run it. At least not
Yeah.
respectably.
Yeah, it is. It is a little harrowing, unfortunately.
There are a few games I'll chug through at 20 frames per second just to play them, and that won't be one of them, I think.
Yeah. I'm sorry. It's pretty good.
I hear it's
So
great. I just can't do it.
so how's your opinion on Shadowrun?
I think as far as the story literally hasn't done anything surprising yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like I took notes. I have a little notepad next to my computer with things pop in my head to write down for like pitches or whatever. And I decided to take notes whenever I thought something was going to happen. I wrote it down just to see if it does, and it did every single time. Like there's literally nothing new about this game at all. In fact, it's so not new. It's actually really fucking stupid. But I like customizing the different characters, and I like actually playing the game, doing the turn-based strategy stuff. It's really cool. Which is enough for me. I can ignore how dumb the story is to play the game.
Yeah, that's how it was with XCOM with me.
Yeah, XCOM rarely had a story though. It was like, oh no, aliens. Oh no, more.
Yeah, they embraced the fact that they didn't fucking need a story. They're like, dude, some fucking aliens are here. Just steal their tech, make cool shit, and kill them.
Hey, you saw
And what sucks is they tried. What sucks is they tried to make one at the very end, like the last two missions.
Yeah. Like,
Especially the last one that's like fucking super long, and they like, these aliens came from a faraway place because they knew we were people who were gonna be psychics one day or some bullshit. And I'm like, why are you even doing this right now? You and I know I'm here to shoot aliens in the face, and I don't really need a reason. You don't need to give me a reason.
But like that aside, it still luckily doesn't get in the way of
It doesn't.
ruining.
It's
Nah,
just
man, hell, just
fucking
drop me a
stupid.
pack of ammo and drop some other things I don't know about. I'll probably shoot them too.
Yeah, fuck
Right.
man, I'll blow it up.
Hey, I don't care. Bring more aliens. Bring people.
Yeah, people. Oh wait, they did
I have
that in the
jetpacking psychic snipers who don't give a fuck about aliens.
DLC. And it's great.
Yes.
So, but is Shadowrun in the quality of XCOM or not quite there?
I think right now it's not as difficult. I remember playing XCOM and like losing someone important like the second mission, and I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah. Game over, man.
But here I've had dudes stand out in the open and then people just miss. I'm like, well, apparently everybody sucks in this game.
Yeah.
Not that it's super easy either, but I remember like XCOM was like, if you're poking out your head too long, like that dude's done.
Yeah, that dude's fucking toast. Especially like as soon as you get to the heavy floaters, it's just like, oh.
Yeah, and they just roll out behind you and just drop stupid shit behind you,
Yeah.
and you're a
Take too long
sniper.
in the early game and you get berserkers in your early game grind.
That's
Yeah.
fucking berserker bullshit.
And
Just running over
when
your
you're done.
old dudes.
Yeah. They're like, well, I mean, I don't give a fuck. So.
You can't shoot me twice with that shotgun yet, so you got
Whoops.
one good shot. You better crit. Oh, you didn't?
Welp. Yeah.
Hold my beer. Watch this.
Hold my beer, watch this. That is like the alma mater of fucking Berserker High College. All right, is that all you've been playing, Jared?
All of note.
Okay, Scotty, what about you? Video games?
Let's see. Uh, uh, Still grinding in Persona. No progress.
Okay.
And I guess the only thing to talk about, I guess two things, is got into a Trove beta. So we talked about Cube World a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, essentially that kind of went dead because it's one person working on it.
Yeah.
Literally one.
Yeah.
And like he's probably working on it, but very little.
Maybe. But he also has to like put food on the table, so.
Not anymore. Uh, but yeah, since that kind of it's considered went dead, even
Yeah.
though that's not technically true.
It's true enough.
Yeah, the people that made Rift went ahead and they made a spiritual successor to Cube World, the game that never released.
Okay. And what is that?
It's called Trove.
Trove. Okay.
It's super easy. It's in right now. It's in sort of a closed beta in which keys are as abundant as an open beta.
Okay. Yeah. What's that, Destiny? Did that?
Yeah. And so far the game's pretty good. The combat is much more limited and not as, I want to say,
Fun?
no, not still fun.
Still fun, okay.
I want to say it's not as deep,
All
although
right.
I have to go back and try Cube World to see exactly what those differences were, but I do remember there were some definite differences there. Like, Cube World has more skills for the player to use. The skills are on more of a cooldown. I don't remember there being an energy bar, I just remember there being a cooldown
Yeah.
and maybe a mana pool.
I just looked at these two games back to back, just mind you, and they look like the same fucking game.
Oh, yeah, I know.
It's weird. And the guys that made Rift are making Trove?
Oh, yeah, and there's invasions, too.
That's
Those are super
crazy.
fun. Especially at the highest level, where
Yeah.
if you're not a warrior who's got 10,000 life, mind you that pretty much everything is done by gear, and the warriors are the only ones who get really high health and gear, you get two-shot
Great.
every time.
Yeah.
You have one-shot protection, where if you get hit by a skill, no matter how much damage it would actually do, if you're not in a danger zone, you get reduced to 1 health.
Okay. So
So until you're in that danger zone, you're safe.
is there like does it feel like MMO, I guess, or is it more
Ish. There you can build this time around. So like it's pointless to go ahead and build a house out in the world because these things are recycled on like an hourly basis.
Oh, okay.
But you have a cornerstone which you can put up in the world. If you happen to die, you can respawn there, or somebody else can revive you. And then you have a club world where that is a world for you, and if you have friends, your friends, or random people, to just go and build.
It looks fun. Watching this trailer of it. It's very actiony. It's I don't know. So like how does it shape up in regards to Cube World? I know you talked about that like 6 decades ago, it feels like.
Yeah.
Feels like-
I'd have to go ahead. Right now, Cube World has more to it, believe it or not,
And when did this
in
like,
terms
start?
of doing things. What Trove has instead, Trove is a bigger game, and like Cube World, it was 100% centered around combat and what you could do with it. Trove World is a mix between Trove World. Trove is a mix between Cube World and Minecraft.
Tro World. They should have just named it that. Yeah.
It's
All
just
right.
called Trove.
So,
So there's a lot of crafting stuff in here, and not too much combat. The combat is very much so recycled
okay.
along the paths. However, the leveling up, there are things definitely added in. Although, like, I believe in the zones that you can go through are done by portals,
Okay.
right? And you have to craft these portals, and they have instead of having a level cap or minimum, they have a recommended level, and you can head through whatever portal you want.
Okay.
And in order to, you have a main hub world that takes you from the lower portals to the higher portals.
Okay.
Until you hit a portal called Uber 1, and this is basically for max level players. Or not max, but players who've hit level 10, which is the gear level cap.
Okay.
Once
So
you hit
that's-
level 10, you can wear anything.
So that's the late game stuff.
It's the late game stuff. Your levels go up to 20. 20 is max level,
Mhm.
but the gear's level caps out at 10.
Okay. All right. I stick with it.
Yeah, and then you have 5 levels of that. Probably until I try all the classes, because how it's done is instead of like creating a different character for each class, you just have an account and you just swap between the classes freely.
All right. That
Yep.
sounds much
Some of the
easier.
classes you have to purchase because it is one of those games.
Oof.
But right now, I blew some of the free credits they give you daily to do something else, and I'm gonna have all the classes before the next one is released, without paying a dime.
That's good.
Nice.
All right, Scott. What else? You want to talk about Hyrule Warriors?
Well, yes, that is the other game that I've been playing, and I want to say Navishin was right on the mark about how the game would play out in terms of how you would play it. It's not a very engaging type game. It's one of those games where if for whatever reason something draws your attention away from the TV and you're going to stare at it for like a minute, you can probably keep playing without looking at the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, that's pretty much what Navishin said. He described it
This
as a
is
podcast
true
game.
until
It's a
you
podcast game.
hit what I like to call a mid-level enemy or
Okay.
a boss. And a mid-level enemy is different from like one of these health bar captains. These enemies have actual abilities that they do, or something that you have to pay attention to, or they will hurt you.
Okay.
And you don't see those too often early, but little later on, they're almost everywhere.
How far you get, Scott?
I hit the first 3 missions, and then I'm on the second mission in Link's Pathway.
Okay. I was like a little bit above that. I did some of the Star Wars Sword levels, and I got Fee, and I did some of the Ocarina of Time missions. So I got like Princess Rhoda and the Gorgon boss.
Okay. So, is it fun?
It's
say so.
enjoyable. Yeah.
Like, again, I went downstairs and I started playing this instead of playing The Last of Us.
Okay.
And I did it twice. So I mean,
Okay.
So Jarrett's just shaking his head.
Well, it's kind of a loaded question, though. Like, do you find games like Dynasty Warriors fun? And will the fact that it's now Link and Zelda characters Will that suddenly change the fact that you're pushing
that's
up
what I
button
want to
for a
bring.
long
That's
time?
what I want to bring up. It's, dude, Navishin, have you played other Dynasty Warrior games? Because I've played a few, though not very long sessions of them.
The only other one I played of Dynasty Warriors games was pretty much just the Dynasty Warriors Gundam games. The only reason I got those games is because they had Nomo Kashu in it from G Gundam, because I had to get for them. 'Cause that's a selling point.
Okay, now you know the Zelda type enemies I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Were these types of things in other Dynasty Warriors games?
Pretty much, yeah. It's like it's nothing. Like there's interesting stuff about the game. Like they do some stuff that they try to make it more unique than what it actually is. From like comparison to other games, what was his name? That guy I went against. I can't remember his name, but like pretty much like they make it so like you can beat him, but like he's like in like an almost impossible state because like he gets powered up. Like
Oh yeah, that.
yeah, he gets powered up and you can't really do anything against him. So like you have to do the objectives first before you can actually like take him down. You could take him down, but like he does like like he does like maybe like 5 hearts every hit. So like it would be wise to do it that way.
Well, actually, I found out that you can't. I went ahead and you regenerated 5 times before
really?
I said, yeah. So I was like,
Okay, well, never mind.
Let me try something here, and then I went back.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, I forget his name. Whatever, some new character.
Starts
So-
with a V. That's about all I know.
So
Yeah.
how is the story? How ridiculous is the story?
I'm barely even paying attention. I think I skipped cutscenes. I don't skip cutscenes, but I think I skipped cutscenes like a couple of times. With like we were watching Once Upon a Time. Once Upon a Time was on TV, and I was like, I'm gonna grind Hyrule Wars because like I gotta unlock Zelda so Katie can like look at that and get her costume going because it looks. She's doing good progress in that, by the way, and like So I was going to grind it out a little bit. So like I was pretty much paying attention to Once Upon a Time while I was playing this game at the same time. So like I had the volume down. I wasn't listening to anything like they were actually talking because the only talking quote unquote voice that you hear is just a narrator from some woman just trying to give you the lore of the game. But I'm not really paying attention to it. So
That sounds exactly like what I expected. But as long as it's ridiculous. And
Definitely.
As long as it's ridiculous.
and
Definitely.
That's, how I assume you're like unlocking characters and stuff. Just play through the story.
yeah,
Yeah, the thing about it is, I think it might have had something to do with the 3 games that I tried out. Because my experience with Dynasty Warriors, not anything like this. One of the games, it was all lower enemies.
Mhm.
And the points were just the triangles, and that was it.
Mhm.
And I went through 3 maps of that, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Am I even having fun?
And that's the point where I said, I'm not really having that much fun here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The other game I didn't get to play too much more of, but there was a boss fight in it, however. However, I had no idea how to play the game, and I couldn't pick it up quick enough for my time with the game before my time with the game was over. So I was like, all right, that's a little more interesting from what I remember the series to be. And the third time is actually the first time I picked it up. And that was just over a friend's house. And essentially, he was doing all the work, and I had no idea what was going on.
Mm-hmm. All right. I mean,
Cold is kind
So
of fun
it's-
though, but like that resolution dip is kind of jarring. Still
yeah,
good though. It still functions. It's just not as good as you would like it. And it. Like, and I was playing with Mark and Kate, and Mark, it was like for days. Like when I was saying like, oh, me and Kate are gonna go get this game. He's like, you play Dynasty Warriors, right? Like, yes, I have. And he's like, so it's exactly the same game. Like, I realize what I'm getting into, Mark. You don't have to explain it to me, but I wanted to have a co-op thing with my other friend that's not you.
Shut your face.
So, and we played it, and she says she likes it, but I can tell that it's not something that she'll actually go back to. But it's something that I could like I said, I'll listen to a podcast while playing it. It's like a watch Once Upon a Time. Or it's something I could watch, like half pay attention to something else while playing it at the same time. That's exactly what that kind of game is. It's a game. It's a game that you should listen to Irrational Passions while.
Mm-hmm.
Plug.
Now,
Plug. Yeah.
now, here's where things change a bit. That is all true for when you have it set to either easy or normal.
Yes.
Then
Then they
bumped
have
it up to
hard.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's what I've been playing it on since after level 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's good.
Okay.
You have to really, really pay attention to what they do. And it makes the combat that much more engaging. The little minions actually attack more often, so you can't just be like...
Just run through them.
Yeah, you can't just run through them. You have to either dodge roll through them or clear a pathway through them, or you're going to get hit a couple of times. And that's not okay. Would be on normal or easy, but because you're going through an objective, or even worse, going through a boss who's doing 3 hearts at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When you have, I want to say 8, that's not good.
Yeah. That's some bad news, Bears. I understand.
So it makes the game much more interesting there.
So, worth it? Not worth it?
I think it's worth it, but not at
Actually-
$60. No way. Like on a deal when there's nothing else to play.
Bargain bin game?
When Shadows of Mordor is not fucking out.
When it's not out.
Yeah.
So, like, never again?
Like if
It
this
was-
game
it was
got
like,
pushed to February, this would be perfect.
Yeah, exactly. No, because it's just coming out in February. But so like a summer game, basically.
Okay. That makes sense.
Like the way I want to put it to you, but like I can't say for sure, is I want to say for a Dynasty Warriors game, it's a really good Dynasty Warriors game.
Yeah.
But that's because my experience is bad with them.
Yeah. So,
I want to say it's better than most of the others that they've made.
it's a fun
I
Dynasty
want to.
Warriors game. Well, we'll stick with that. Make you
But
the...
I mean, that's my problem though. What makes it fun, except for the fact you're playing a Zelda? Because like, I have friends who will tell you Dynasty Warriors Gundam is fun because you get to play as like Epion, and like
You see,
that's fun.
that was the one I found the most bullshit, because when I tried it, I used to like Gundam at the time. I was like, fuck this.
Yeah. Fuck this noise. I mean...
Yeah, like the big thing here that made me iffy and not even going to is the one experience with that boss fight. And
one?
it was pretty clear then that I didn't have any idea what a Dynasty Warriors game was.
What boss fight was it? Like,
I don't
Dynasty
remember.
Warriors?
I think that was a PSP one.
It was Big Blue or whatever.
I have no idea.
In Dynasty Warriors.
It was over. I was over 3 years ago, maybe even 4.
Yeah. I gotcha. Alright, man. Hey, man.
So it's like you might be able to find a couple other Dynasty Warrior games that I'll like. It's just that I'm not going to go out of my way to find them.
I'm on board with a Zelda game that is just bullshit. Because, heaven forbid, that's never happened before.
Actual fucking games are bullshit sometimes.
Yeah.
With stories and everything.
Alright. Anything else, Scott?
No.
Nobshin? What about you? What else have you been playing?
So much stuff.
We both had like a very brief experience with Persona 4 Ultimax.
Oh, you just want to go into that?
Yeah, because like I watched the first story and then you played the tutorial, and so if we had both done both of those things, we'd both be pretty good. But nope.
I mean, like, for me, like, I pretty much like as soon as I got the game, I installed it. I went to the options and listened to the soundtrack for like 2 hours, and
Yeah,
then like
so good.
I did the tutorial and did like the first arcade mission.
Sweet.
But yeah, like that game feels improved. Not that like Arena was like messed up or something like that, but it feels like it did like improve a little bit on it. There's a few more different moves. I use Narcomi just to like just to see like how much like different it is, stuff like that. They have like a new few like different systems in it. Like especially looking at how the shadows were compared, your shadow version of yourself versus like a normal version of yourself. So like a shadow version is like a good comparison would be like Shin Akuma in a Street Fighter game or something like that, where like his health is like super low, so like he'll be dead in like a couple of hits, but like his special is like almost unlimited or something like that. So like if he hits you, he can just do specials over and over again. So you have to be like very wary like how to attack him and stuff like that. So yeah, that game's really good so far. Like I really don't really have that much to say about it because I didn't like get really deep into it yet. But yeah, that's definitely gonna take up my time when I'm not playing Smash Brothers.
Yeah, I agree. I after just like watching the intro to the story, I'm like, I'm so in this right now. It's a nice anime cutscene, shows a little Junpei, a little Yukari. I'm like,
It's everything you need.
it's everything I wanted and needed. So I'm just so excited. But yeah, I barely touch it. I need to go play the tutorial because God knows I don't remember how to play that game. But
Oh yeah, and I've been playing like Blaze for like the last month or two, so it's like, oh, I gotta know how to do these things. They're from the same place, but it's kind of different at the same
yeah, it's
time.
kind
But
of
that's
different.
Persona buttons and shit like that. But speaking of Blaze, I beat that story mode.
Yeah,
Yeah,
your lore.
I enjoyed that.
You were
Yeah,
you were
I
officially
enjoyed
our
that shit.
historian.
I love, I love me that Blaze Blue lore. Like it's the anime that I used to like, and now I'm just like, yeah, I'm too good for that now. But I really enjoy that story though. There's like a couple of good characters, like Silica's a good character, and especially like Kagura. Kagura is like, probably my favorite character of this year. He's just a fucking awesome like guy that just comes out of nowhere and just pretty much steals the show anytime he shows up. But like yeah, like the way that story ends too is like it's open ended, so obviously there's gonna be another sequel. Um, stuff shit has happened. Like I could just say everything because no one cares, but I'm not gonna do that. But
Okay.
but yeah, I'm
Somebody out there is
excited for
like,
like the next
man,
game. Yeah, I'm totally excited for the next game. Like I said, this felt like playing the first Blaze 2 again. It just felt like new and fresh, and like Continuum Shift was still good, but it didn't seem like it jumped up enough. And this one feels like it did like the actual jump that I needed to actually need to really get into it. So I'll probably still keep playing it. I just want to go to the story mode and try out the other characters. So it's like I did like a couple of them during the story mode, but like I didn't play them as enough. So like I'll probably just stick around with that a little bit more and enjoy that. But man, just too many fucking fighting games I'm playing right now. Like yeah, we'll talk about Smash. Yeah, I'll let you talk about Smash, Alex.
okay.
So other things I've been playing. I beat Metal Gear Solid, the first one,
Okay.
PSP,
I see you tweeting about it.
PlayStation One. Yeah, that game's still really great. And yeah, there's nothing much to really say about that because like Metal Gear Scanlan just ended. I still have to watch that last episode, but yeah, I still really enjoyed that game, and like right after that, I just went straight into Metal Gear Solid 2.
Get all those
Yeah.
barrel feels out the way. Go play Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah. You know, well, not that I've played Metal Gear Solid that many times. Like this is probably maybe like my third or fourth time beating that game, but like, I never did the other ending where Otacon survives, or where you leave Otacon instead of Miracle, Meryl dies if you surrender like that, because that's so out of character, and I'm not the type of person who just like fucking
It's fuck
game
that
Fuck up the
noise.
narrative for
I don't-
the game.
yeah, I don't game my video games. Like, look at me playing Mass Effect. I don't fucking
Except when you get platinum trophies in Mass Effect.
Yeah.
That
I
100%
barely did
involves
that
you gaming
either.
video games. You have to literally do
No.
the exact opposite of the things you're gonna do to get the trophies in those games.
No,
Well, that's not true.
No,
That's not always true.
like only the first game, and it wasn't even like you had to do like 75% Renegade. So pretty much that meant like letting the Ragnarok Queen die and like letting the console die. That's like the only real fucking.
And fuck her anyway, am I right, guys? Anyway.
I think I've played one
I'm on board with you. Fuck
like
with her.
9 times, and I let the
We got-
Ragnarok Queen die 8 of those times.
There was one time though where you were like, I see
It's
what
like,
you're
alright,
saying.
whatever.
I feel you. Yeah, no. Fucking, I hate how it turns out. But
I need to go back playing those games. I miss Mass
God
I
damn
haven't
it.
played one in 3 days.
You just beat Mass Effect 3 like last month.
The only reason I haven't been playing Mass Effect is because like the way my room is right now is so fucking small. Like I can only plug in one console in at a time. So like it's just like too much of a hassle to plug in my 360 just to play like one game on it. So that's just dumb black people problems, but whatever.
Okay.
But Metal Gear Solid 2, I didn't get too far. I'm still in the tanker. I'm still using snakes. I'm at that part where like it's that you're trying to sneak through that presentation at the
Fucking hate that part.
you have to sneak by. Oh, let's do a stretch. So let's look to the left, look to the right, look behind you.
It's so fucking
Really,
stupid.
it's funny.
It's funny, but I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah, why is there jazzercise happening? Like,
Yeah, 13-year-old
Bottom of
Alex,
snake.
when he first played Metal Gear Solid 2, didn't understand a lot about that game, but mostly didn't understand that.
a 10-year-old
Oh, I
Alex
don't
was
know the
super
ending.
thrilled about Naked Reddit.
Yeah. That fucking ending, though. I got it.
I still need that. Still, I like it so much.
Metal Gear Solid 2 is the only game in the series I've played more than once, actually. Weirdly. No, Metal Gear Solid 4. Never mind. Forget I said anything.
Forget it.
Played
I
3.
said everything.
Yeah.
I played 3 like 9 billion times.
I've only played 3 once, and I gotta finish it.
You can just stop fucking that up.
I know! I played Metal Gear Solid 4 like 17 times through. I'm
Jesus.
not even
I played-
exaggerating.
Jared, is it
That's
the same for
about
you that 3's the
Like,
best?
what's wrong with you?
Yeah, I love 3. 3's fucking excellent.
Okay,
I know, Scott. I know.
okay. I'm just making sure. 'Cause
Well, you should do something
always-
about it.
it always seems like the people who like play all the Metal Gear games, like it's always just like 3's the best, or either 3 or 1, and then there's 4, and then there's 2. See, like it's so weird. Like
One's a nostalgia thing, though, like, and that's fine. But as far as taking steps from the other games and just being so thematically like on point, I think 3 was the best.
Oh, yeah, right? Like,
And it-
3... Ugh.
The Cold
There's
War is like the
something 3
perfect
that-
era for something like that kind of story.
and there's stuff in 3 that there's still games that don't do that shit for whatever reason. But like like the camouflage system and
The
like
camouflage system was awesome.
In
The
the-
fight with the end,
God,
the boss fight with the end, didn't even have to happen.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like, that's perfect. That's perfect shit that games don't do.
You can
in
wait...
the part with the sorrow where like you just go through all the people that you actually killed in the game.
Yeah.
That game is so good.
You can wait until a boss dies because he's
Yeah.
so old.
You can just outweight him because he's old as hell.
What? That's so crazy. And I liked the medical triage shit that you can do. I know a lot of people don't like that, but I thought it was cool. And the fucking eating snakes, snake eater.
Because you get hungry, there's like a hunger meter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the camouflage stuff. I liked all of the weird systems in that game. I thought they all worked really well too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the
just-
game's like really funny when it wants to be.
Yeah. From the
Yeah.
intro of that game, which is still the best Metal Gear Solid intro ever.
and that ending too.
to the ending is just fantastic.
Yeah, that game.
God, that image of Big Boss saluting with the eye patch is still like iconic to me.
And the boss is like probably one of my favorite characters in games.
Oh hell yeah,
She's so
She's
awesome.
outrageous.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
But,
enough splooging.
yeah. and other than that, I played PlayStation Home like immediately after we stopped the podcast yesterday. I was like, like I said, I couldn't fucking sleep. So
Gotta get your game in before they shut it down on you.
I just wanted to check it out because I haven't checked it out in years. So I was like, let me just look at this thing. And like, it actually worked this time. I tried it before and it wasn't working. So like, as soon as I popped in, it's like, I got like 7 trophies or something like that. Like, oh, you put on some clothes. Oh, you actually went to home. You get a trophy for that.
You actually turned it on.
Yeah, exactly. And I just roamed around a little bit. There's like, there was like nobody in that. Dude, it was so sad. It was like maybe like other than like the central hub area where there's like maybe like 20 people. Like I just like went to other areas. There was like nobody in that game or
Ghost Town.
They're
They're all spending time in their apartments, dude. You just gotta.
You gotta go knock on doors.
or they're all just waiting in line to play bowling or something. But
Totally yeah.
but like I don't know, like there's stuff about that. Just re-looking at that, I was like, huh. Like I'm just waiting for like the last day for that server to cut off and just everybody jump in there and like, oh, there's Brad Shoemaker because they always do that dumb like, oh, the servers are shutting down. Let's just all go in there all at once type of thing on Giant Bomb. So like,
Star Wars Galaxy one of that was the best one though.
That Matrix Online one was dumb too. It was like everyone like just disappeared.
Yeah.
But,
it was magic.
But yeah, that's pretty much everything I've been playing. One other thing, like I beat Mega Man X4. Weird thing about that game, when I played that when I was younger, Mega Man X4, I thought that was like the most like deepest game like ever. It was like it was stupid anime bullshit in that game, but like, I just thought it was so deep. Like, oh, storytelling can't get better than this. Oh my god, it's like it's so emotional. Zero had to kill his girlfriend, man. You don't understand.
I feel like that's pretty much all anime like 10 or 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, this is so much drama.
Yeah,
What am I gonna do with my face?
Remember when Krillin died in Dragon Ball? Like that was.
And you're like, oh no, not Krillin, and then Krillin's like completely useless after like the first chapter of Dragon Ball. And you're like, why did I even care about this dude?
Yeah, sensu beans. But yeah, like when I was young, I thought that was like the pinnacle of like storytelling or something like that. Like, oh, let's get any better than this. But like, but whatever. Like that game's still really good. Mega Man X4 is like one of my favorite versions of Mega Man. One of my favorite Mega Man X games. Like it's like Mega Man X and Mega Man X4. It's like those are my 2 favorites of the series. And now I'm playing Mega Man X5, so that's also available now. And that game was okay back then. It's still just okay now. It's not really that great. Like the biggest innovation in that game is that you could duck down. You never ducked in a Mega Man X game before, and now you duck down. That's like the biggest innovation in that game. So, but eventually when they put out Mega Man X6, I'd never beaten that one, and that just because that one was like actually really hard. It was like crazy hard, and like I got to the last boss.
Man, so you mean it's right for me?
It's a Scott game.
Like, yeah, probably because like they randomized the levels in that game, and like it was Spelunky before Spelunky, so
fuck.
So yeah, it was like it was
the right things right now.
Yeah, I know. So like it was just like it's a weird game, and like I got to the ending too. I got all the armor, I got all the E-tanks. I was at the ending on my original PlayStation version of it, and like I was at the final boss. I never beat him. And then eventually I got the Mega Man X collection on PS2, and I never just went, I never replayed it again to get that far. So, yeah, that game was hard as a bitch, though. But hopefully they'll put that out again. I'll play it on my Vita, and maybe I'll beat it this time. But yeah, that's everything I've been playing.
All right. I'm thinking about when Spelunky comes out on PS4 on Tuesday, of just streaming it until I beat it.
What, do you think you'll beat it the first time?
Oh, hold on. You both talked at the same time. For me, it's delay happening. What did people say?
I said, do you think you'll beat it the first time?
No.
I mean, you beat the shit out of it.
Yeah. I would say, or you're going to marathon it just until you beat it?
Yeah, I think I'll stream it until I beat it. because I won't have anything unlocked, no shortcuts, no anything. So I'm curious to see, like, just from a fresh run, streaming from the get-go, how long
On
it
a
takes me to beat
PS4
it.
controller.
On a PS4 controller, which I played on a PS4 controller, but it's not like optimized for it on PS3. So yeah, I need to know.
Wonder how you use their touchpad on that game.
Probably not at all. That's how.
This one big giant button that goes through doors.
It's just the door button.
It's just like a huge pop up above the doors. It's just touchpad. That's probably how you open the little notebook. But yeah, I think it'd be fun. As for me, I played Persona 4 Arena. Mentioned that. I played a little bit more Bravely Default. Unfortunately, I didn't play a lot more because I was just like, hey, Pokemon X. I remember this game. And then I beat Pokemon X.
Again? What?
I'd
And
never
you
beaten it
suddenly
before.
Oh,
Play
you
Pokemon X.
I had gotten the 3rd gym badge, and then I beat Pokemon X. And
There's
yeah,
only three gym badges?
No, there are 8. I went.
Okay,
from
I don't
there-
think it's like, what happened?
I went from there to the Elite Four to catching Xerneas and all that crazy shit. Yeah, that game's really good. I mean, it's like I'm a year late on this, almost exactly, but it's good. I loved it when I played it last year, and I continued to love it. I had like $2.50 worth of Nintendo credit left, so I spent an extra $2.50 to get the Pokemon Bank Pass, so I could get my Pokemon from Black and White 2 and all that. So then I got the team back together. I got the band back together, as they say, and I imported all of my super awesome, like level 90 Pokemon from Black and White 2, which I booted that up again, and it's like, you've played 117 hours of this. I'm like, oh my god.
Just throw my mortality in my face, why don't you?
Yeah, I did everything in Black and White 2. Well, Black 2 is what I had. I did every single post-game thing you can do in that game. I don't even know why.
Did you do that one? The one thing that you probably shouldn't do?
Probably. I don't remember. It's been like 2 years.
That thing with trying to catch Pokemon and filling out the Pokedex.
No, I didn't do that. I wasn't that crazy. I've never been interested in that, but I caught all of the legendary Pokemon that is possible to be caught in the game. I did all of the optional trades. I got Eevee. I turned Eevee into a Glaceon, I think, or a Leafeon. I don't know, or Espeon. One of those.
A Beyond.
A Beyond. And I beat Cynthia, who's the Elite Four champion from the previous generation, who you can fight her champion set of Pokemon in Black and White 2. And I beat the Elite Four for the second time, where all of them have 6 Pokemon, and the champion has 6 Pokemon, and they're all like super higher level. So,
Do they not have 6 normally?
each Elite Four member has 4 Pokemon, and then the champion has 6. But the second time through, they all have 6, and they're much higher level.
Is that
So.
like recent? I mean, the last Pokemon game I played was Platinum, maybe.
Mm.
And I'm pretty sure they had 6 then, or maybe I was just mistaken.
I think it varies from generation to generation. Like, I think like all the Elite Four have 5 Pokemon in the original 150,
Yeah.
and then the champion has 6. But I don't know. Like, it's been a while, but I just know that's how it worked in Black and White 2, and also X and Y. But yeah, it was fun. Like, I really enjoyed it. This story is really fucked up in Pokemon X. Like, it went to a dark place. There was a Pokemon war where they were killing each other, and then like there was like this weapon that like killed all these people, and then this Pokemon gave up its life to save the world, and then it came back. It was fucking weird.
What's that Pokemon's name? Ash.
No, it wasn't. It's a Pokemon that's not even in the Pokedex, which is weird. but it's like a legendary Pokemon that hasn't even been officially added yet. But yeah, I liked it a lot. I now have access to the Pokemon Bank for a year, so if I wanted, I could possibly transfer all my Pokemon to Omega Ruby and Omega Sapphire, which I might play at some point, but I'm not going to pick it up this year. That could be like a good game for next summer, I think. But yeah, I was like watching a bunch of anime because I had to watch anime for MUP this week, and it was
God, you always sound so tortured when you say that.
I had to watch fucking anime.
the most recent show we watched was fucking. Everybody agreed it was just not good. It was weird. We all went into it like this wasn't any good. It was like all just bullshit with 4 episodes that actually mattered. It was a 24 episode show, so that's why. So I was just playing Pokemon the whole time. But yeah, I liked it. Other than that, Super Smash Bros. Came out today, I guess. I already have all the characters unlocked.
Is Fox heavy again?
Really?
Yeah, I do. I don't know. I haven't played Fox. So I played Falco, who feels like way better, I think. His aerials and all that feel way different. But it's good. That's a really good Super Smash Bros. Game. I don't know if you guys knew this, but spoilers. They made a good Smash Bros. Game for the 3DS. What do you think of it now, Shin?
I think it's pretty good. But like like after playing Blade Blue and Injustice and everything, like I need a single player, man. I need something.
Yeah,
Keep that carrot on the stick for me to play.
I understand.
So hopefully, I hope I don't think they'll have like as big as things in this area. 'Cause I really did enjoy that in Brawl.
I love
But
it,
yeah, hopefully we get something like that when they eventually do the Wii U version.
Yeah, in 2 years.
How long do you think it'll last?
I don't know. Not like Subspace Emissary is like 30 hours long.
Yeah, that shit was insane.
It was so long. I don't even know why. But I think it'll be like a solid couple hours maybe. I don't think it'll be like the Melee adventure mode, but I'm.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Oh.
I'm talking like the game in general. You know,
Oh,
like, do you know how long Brawl lasted?
Not long.
Not long at all. That's
think
what I'm
it'll
talking about.
I think it'll last longer than Brawl. It's just they're kind of like already going at it, trying to dissect, see what weird tech. I think it's got more lasting power. It's somewhere in the middle, like between Melee and Brawl, and it's hard to kind of pinpoint that.
Mm-hmm.
It's more technical and it feels way better, and just immediately after playing a few hours of it, I can notice like the lack of tripping, the lack of silly shit that made Brawl just ridiculous.
You still do the jump on
Did
head
you
thing.
Yeah.
did you go back to check about any of the problems that I said were fixed?
No, because like I was just so focused on character unlocking and stuff, which is fun. Like, it's cool the way classic mode's set up. It's much shorter. It's only 6 parts now, so it's designed around a handheld system, I think, and like I played through it with like 17 characters or something like that at this point, just to get everyone unlocked, which takes fucking forever. It feels tedious because you have to play classic mode back to back so many times. Rob was the hardest one to unlock because fuck Rob, but
I'm skipping it.
Yeah, Rob's not worth the trouble. You have to have like 200 unique trophies and then play through classic mode and he'll unlock, which is weird. I don't know why, but
You should probably hype up your spoiler cast, by the way. Not hype cast, damn it.
Yeah, we did a hype cast just kind of talking about what we were excited about and kind of like our favorite Smash moments and memories and games and stages and all that.
Hey, how did that go?
It went really well. It was 6 people in one Google Hangout, and it wasn't a clusterfuck, so I consider that an accomplishment.
Nice.
A bunch of people turned out for it. Mark never got back to me, now that's the only reason he wasn't
I thought I tweeted at you saying like it was kind of last minute because like see this whole dumb thing because like when I tweeted at you I was like, hey, Mark should be on here. I was kind of inviting him. He was like, because like he was saying like, okay, like do it, but you didn't believe me. You thought I was joking.
Well, I didn't necessarily not believe you, but he never said anything to me. He never responded to any of this.
Well, when you set the time, I said, oh, Mark, this is the time. He's like, oh, okay, I'll join that, but you never got back to him with that one, so.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, just tell him to incessantly tweet me next time. Send me DMs that say, "Hey, fuck you. Pay attention to me."
Oh, he'll listen to this and he'll tell you so.
Okay. There you go. Hi, Mark.
Well, I wasn't even invited.
I'm sorry, Scott. I thought you had class, and
I probably did.
It was Thursday.
When did this happen? This Thursday?
At 8.
Actually, I would have been home.
God damn
See?
it.
Yeah, fuckface again.
But that day was a particularly late day, and I might have been pushing the clock.
Yeah, I mean, like, the big thing was I had a bunch of people respond, and they were all, like, not on the show, so I was trying to get a bunch of guests to talk about it, because we're just going to talk about it when we play it now. And everybody there was definitely picking up the 3DS version, so that was something I also wanted to kind of have around.
How are you feeling with the 3DS as far as like playing this game?
I like it. I mean, it's definitely not ideal, especially when you're doing the 4-player matches. It's just like I lose myself way more often than I ever did before. But I think it's perfect at 3 players if you're going for like a multi-man free-for-all, and one-on-one is just excellent. It's like there's no problems with that, and it's great. Like it feels actually really good on the 3DS. I'm surprised at how good it feels, how well it controls. As soon as I turned it on, I turned off tap up to jump, and all of my problems were solved. So that's fun. Like I like the Mii characters. I made Nabashin a fighter guy with the fists. So that's been fun.
Okay.
Just watching you beat the shit out of people. And yeah, like I really like it. It's hard to like really say one way or the other because I haven't played that much of the Wii U version, but this is totally a comparable Super Smash Bros. Game. Not comparable, but a competent Super Smash Bros. Game. And if you like don't want to wait for the Wii U version, this is like totally fine. It's super fun. It has all like the hooks of unlocking characters and getting trophies and all that fun stuff. And I've been playing it pretty much nonstop, but I'm still excited to play more. And oh my god,
Are you excited to do it again on the Wii U version?
Yeah, I am.
Do you have to?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because there is a thing that is very obvious when you load up that demo that says connect your 3DS version to the Wii U.
You can
You
do
don't
that,
know what that does yet.
but you can
As a
use
controller.
you can use a 3DS as a controller. We know that that's like one aspect of it at least.
Yeah, but we don't know if like you can like transfer your saves or something. You don't have to like
Yeah.
unlock all the characters all over again.
Yeah, it'd be curious to see that. I doubt it. I'll say, but it's not super hard to unlock all the characters.
Mm.
Like I unlocked 5 characters the first 5 times I played through classic mode. So, and then fucking Ganondorf gave me the most trouble. Ganondorf and Jigglypuff. I think I was just tired at that point. I was like, I don't want to fucking deal with you. But
Ganondorf not even that bad.
Ganondorf
Dodge the down A.
Ganondorf is vicious in this game, I'll say.
Dodge the down A. That's all you got. No down A combo you got to worry about. No problem. You know they probably don't even do it.
You have to fight Ganondorf as Link, and I was just like the last time I did it when I nailed it, I was the most vicious I've ever been to Ganondorf. So,
I just got a question. Does he like walk up kind of nonchalantly and just like do the A tap to punch you in the face and do like 10%?
No.
All right. Well, let me explain to you what Will specifically does. He kind of just like fucks with you for a little while until he can get like 20, maybe 30% max.
Yeah.
Then he baits you into doing the front back down A kick, and that
Yeah.
takes you from his forward kick to his backward kick, and then he does a mini charged up A, and that kills you.
It just
And
kills you.
Yeah, you're dead at
It's
that
like
point.
the thing.
And that is what he does.
I feel like it was on purpose, but Link's like side smash takes exactly the same amount of time as it does for Ganondorf to dodge behind Link and then use his side smash. So like that happened to me like 7 times. I'm like, God damn it! And I was just trying to launch him.
The first part or the second part?
Just the first part.
Do you keep doing the second part?
No, like with just trying to hit him with the first hit of Link's side smash.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's got a little bit more quickness to him. The one thing I've been spending a little bit more time in, but I haven't even delved into that much, is the custom moves, which are really cool. Just completely change a character. Like Lucina is a little different than Marth. She's not a complete Marth clone, but her custom moves like completely change her around. Again, everyone's kind of A attacks as far as clones go are pretty similar, but even Pit and Dark Pit are different in specific ways. So
Also, you don't hate him that much anymore.
like
It's not, like, to put it this way, is it as bad as Mario and Dr. Mario in Melee?
I think Pit and Dark Pit are close to that. Not quite as bad as that, but like at least Dr. Mario in this, he feels very different, with his down B being different, and some of his aerials are different. But
Yeah, but I mean, like if you don't, you know what happened with you know what Dr. Mario is.
yeah,
He is direct clone.
Yeah.
Like not even the pill has different physics from the
that's
fire.
that's what Falco was in Melee as well.
Yes and no.
His gun is different, and
His
so
gun is different, and they changed some of his weights around, which destroyed how Fox played.
yeah.
So they completely just threw in a garbage character.
Yeah, but like having played Falco here, he feels great. He feels way different than Fox. Like from the Fox that I remember, at least. Again, I haven't spent a lot of time with Fox, but I don't know. Everybody just feels way better and more accessible. Like even Bowser's fucking awesome. Although Bowser was always
I
pretty
use
cool.
Bowser. I love Bowser.
Yeah, I destroyed classic mode with Bowser, so I'm excited to play more. It's really good, and if you don't want to wait for the Wii U version, this is still fun. You're not like losing everything. It doesn't look as good as the Wii U version is going to, but it runs super smooth, and I think you'll be happy with it one way or the other. I haven't played any.
Probably don't have a Wii U.
Yeah, you also probably don't have a Wii U, so like this is all you got.
It's worth picking one up.
It's worth picking one up at this point if you're into the
Yeah.
niche titles.
Niche.
I'm just saying, there are a lot of niche titles on the Wii U, and also a lot of awesome games that everybody should play, like fucking Mario Kart. That's it. That's it for video games. Let's take a break. When we come back, there's a little bit of news, but not much, and then I think we'll wrap it up. We might have a voicemail, but we'll see. So just a little bit, guys.
Choo choo choo.
Chugga chugga choo choo. I think Silver PR left us a Google voicemail. Let me just make sure. Oh, god damn it. Anybody need to get a drink? Do it now. I have to get a glass of water, so.
Yeah, I'll get a drink really fast. Drinks.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Get that sweet drink. Yeah, we do. Alright, cool. I'll be right back.
I am back, and the wave skyrocketed while I was gone. No fan noise was happening.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Kitchen was so fucking disgusting. I had to clean some of it. I couldn't stop myself. All right, we all back? Scott, Jared?
I'm here.
I haven't left.
Okay. Then we do have a voicemail, I think. Let me just make sure.
That's the voicemail.
No, I was just checking it, listening to it, making sure it was actually a voicemail, which it is.
Yeah.
All right. News. There we go. News in gaming. Let's talk about some news, guys. There is like barely any news. Any news worth talking about? Jared brought to our attention before the show plenty of weird
There's
shit.
actually plenty of news, but
This weird shit is
okay.
happening. There's a Tetris movie. I don't know how I feel about it.
Don't feel about it.
I'm not feeling.
don't feel.
Star Citizen, that game that might come out, it better come out at this point, is now the most crowdfunded thing ever of anything. It has raised over $55 million in funding. The largest.
It's already kind of out,
Yeah,
and like sort of better.
kinda, but I don't even know what that like. That's like the ship thing.
Yeah, it's like a space shooter with like space combat, a la Wing Commander, who, you know, that's kind of where it comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Considering Chris Roberts made Wing Commander.
Yeah.
You could buy the way they monetize now, besides crowdfunding, players who are involved in the early access, I guess, like gameplay going on now, can purchase gameplay, I guess, permissions via ship packages, where between the ship packages, literally, like, you'll buy a ship that's yours, and then it comes with a bunch of other shit, including digital booklet and like a soundtrack and, you know, X to the game. These ship packages cost between $30 and $15,000.
That's right. That's what I had heard. So, it is now in the Guinness Book of, or is going into the Guinness Book of World Records as the most successful crowdfunding project ever. I would like to know, like, how many individual different people have put forth money into this.
That's hard to tell, considering Kickstarter's not the only place that's been crowdfunded.
Yeah, that's it's pretty much impossible to tell at this point, because like you can just go on their website and send them money.
Yeah.
At this point, and I'd like to imagine that it's just like a group of very, very wealthy businessmen who really want another Wing Commander game.
They remember Wing Commander.
They remember Wing Commander. They're the only ones, and they're just pouring millions of dollars into this just by themselves. But I doubt that's true. But there has to be someone out there that's like dumped $500,000 into this or something like that. Just because, you know, why not at this point?
Well, I'm sure Robert Space Industries, which is the developer, I'm
Yeah.
sure they have plenty of investors.
Yeah, definitely.
And Chris Roberts himself isn't exactly poor.
Yeah, not by any stretch of the imagination.
The only reason he made this game now and not earlier is because he thinks computers can handle his vision. Because
Yeah.
apparently his brain is so big that computers couldn't handle it before.
His brain is just filling up all the hard drives. Yeah, no, I'm fascinated by this game. I don't even know if they have like any idea of when it'll like come out.
I doubt it.
But they have so much money that at least we know the game will probably happen, unless they spend $55 million somehow and are just fucked.
And they're like, I need more money.
And then they'll pull like some Mighty Number 9
Yeah,
bullshit.
and I'm like, you need to go to hell.
Be like, well, if you want voice acting in the game, you should have given another $1 million.
Right. Because you know what? You know who do voice acting for Star Citizen? Same people who do voice acting for everything else.
Yeah.
Troy Baker being that bitch in a second.
You know. Of course he would be. He
Give him
knows
an
he's
accent,
gonna
do whatever you want.
Yeah, make him like a British pilot of
Yeah,
some
he's down.
frigate. I don't know. Yeah.
Frigate pilot. Troy Baker as frigate pilot.
Yeah, that's his official name, Captain Frigate Pilot.
Nolan North as angry alien.
I bet he's gonna kill Troy Baker's wife or some shit.
Yeah,
That'd be
probably.
fucked up. That'd be fucked up. How do you guys feel about this? Any other thoughts? No, Scott.
No.
No. Fuck this. Stupid. Scott, are you at all interested in Star Citizen?
No.
Yeah.
I
mean,
went
like,
ahead and I looked at it,
Yeah.
but I'm not really all that interested.
I like the idea of it. You know, they were talking about this, like, it's like a first-person game. You're, like, walking around the ship, and in space combat, you're, like, jumping from post to post in your ship. And then, like, you can, like, go out on, like, a jet, like a little fighter, and go out and fight. That sounds cool. How much of that will actually happen? I guess we'll have to wait and see. For the next 12 years while this is in development.
That's the fun part. Like, at least when Pierre Molyneux was like, I want all these things to happen, at least a game would come out where none of them happened. Now you can just say they're going to happen, and just it'll be in development forever.
Yep. That's all I got. Jared, is there anything you wanted to bring up? Any other news?
Let's see.
Let's see here. Scott takes his pen out.
Rovio is laying off up to 130 people. There's no amount stated, but the exiting CEO mentioned that at maximum 130 people will be laid off in this last wave, which comes just in time for them to announce an Angry Birds movie has a cast.
Welp. I like that those coincide with one another in just a beautiful way.
In fact, a lot of the articles have both those stories in the same article. And I'm like, well, that's really fucked up.
Yeah.
Dan McBride's in it, if that makes you feel any better. It doesn't make me feel any better
That
at all.
makes me feel like the worst I can feel. The only movie I've seen Danny McBride in recently where he was good was This Is the End, because they literally shit on him the entire movie.
Well, isn't he like a cannibal eventually?
Yeah. And Channing Tatum is his love slave.
Yes.
It's great.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, Jason
this
Sudeikis is in it, so.
That sucks. And it's not about Tetris. Like, you think of Tetris movie, and you're like, wow, this could be about like the history of Tetris and how pivotal it was in the Cold War, which it kind of had like a role there. Nah, it's about something completely worse, and just don't even watch it.
Yeah. The Tetris movie is in the same league as the Battleship movie, which was the comparison we were making before the show started.
It's the same producer
All right.
with the same idea, the same
Great.
bullshit.
You want to know one person I know and deeply care about that genuinely loved the Battleship movie was my mother.
Right.
No, it's worse an option. It's worse than great. It was the one worse option.
Fucking terrible. And she knows it deep down. She likes it. She's like, I shouldn't like this.
Yeah,
But she's succumbing to it because she's like, why not anymore?
I think
Well, she is a big Rihanna fan, so.
I don't even know if my mom knows who Rihanna is.
Now you can say from such famous films as Battleship.
Battleship, yeah. You sank my battleship. Do they even say that in the movie?
No.
It was
Don't.
mentioned at all.
Nope, they didn't.
So I want to say Liam Neeson might have said it before he died. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Not him. What's his name? Skarsgård.
Whatever.
No, because I remember there was a
Skarsgård.
big stink about that when that movie came out. But like Did they at least say that? And like, nope. Then this movie's like unredeemable. And, like, zero reason to watch it.
Not the fact that it was a battleship movie about aliens who locked a battleship in a grid to vomit procedurally. That's not the egregious part. It's that there was zero mention of the timeless catchphrase, "You suck my battleship."
The timeless catchphrase. No other. I mean, like, I just hope there is a moment in the Tetris movie where like a block falls on a guy and
the whole floor disappears.
And the voice in the sky says Tetris, and you're like, yes.
It'll never happen.
Or they're like procedurally dropping people into a room, and then when a full line of them like crosses, they just explode.
A big shovel pushes them all the way.
Yeah, like just a big crane hand just comes in and swipes them to the right.
Mother of God.
Mother of God. I should.
But then that Tetris thing still goes off.
Yeah, Tetris. Yes.
Someone in the theater just raises their hands triumphantly.
Nailed it.
That's funny because I said someone's going to be in the theaters for that.
It would probably do well if they treat it as a joke, and then do stuff like that.
I mean, like Battleship did well, and they treated that as a joke. So, but like
Don't
it wasn't.
think they treated it as a joke though. They treated it as like a sci-fi action movie, and the reason it worked is because internationally people don't give a fuck.
It's very true.
They love big budget American movies where shit's shiny and things blow up.
Yeah, because like nobody else does that stupid shit.
No one does it like us, and they're like, yes.
Yeah. It is something that is beautiful to watch. Like, I watched nonstop. We've talked about this before earlier this year, and I'm going to watch the Liam Neeson movie that came out a couple weeks ago. And I'm just going to enjoy the ride. There's a Taken movie. Taken 3 is happening where the E is a 3.
3. Yes.
Takthrun. And that's incredible. I'm sorry, but
I thought we were done with that bullshit. Apparently not.
No, Fathrir is coming back, motherfucker.
They won't leave this man alone. I don't understand why they can't leave this man alone.
He's killed dozens of them, probably hundreds, by himself, and they won't leave his fucking family
Is it the same
alone.
organization?
God, I hope so. I don't know. I didn't watch the trailer.
I guess it'd be better if it is. It would be worse if just another group of random fucking criminal no-goods.
Yeah. I guess. Maybe he's like, after this one, he becomes like synonymous with fear in the underworld. Like that's...
He's like Batman.
He becomes Batman.
Well, he is Ra's al Ghul. So.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, maybe it becomes Ra's al Ghul, and then this is actually the prequel to Batman.
Yeah,
Some people have said that.
that's what people say. Oh my god. You know what? I'm on for Takthrun. And
Are you on for Tetris?
I'm not on for Tetris. If Liam Neeson is in Tetris... See, like, Liam Neeson was in Battleship, but it was before I loved him, so I didn't see it. But if Liam Neeson's in Tetris and, like, he, like, snaps somebody's neck with a line block, then I'll fucking see it.
Then it's good. It's everything you need.
It's everything I need. Everything I could want and need. Anything else?
Quan Chi trailer. Go watch that.
Fuck Quan Chi, man.
Quan Chi's a shit.
Do you like Quan Chi? Are you that one guy that likes...
I was that one guy who was like, Quan Chi's my shit. And they're like, why? I'm like, you shut the fuck up.
You shut your fucking face.
Because there's 13 ninjas in this game, and I want to be the fucking dude who looks like Powder. I can't be Powder.
God damn it. I mean...
that movie.
Mortal Kombat X looks hot. It'll
I'm
be
super
fun.
excited about it.
Yeah, I think it'll be alright. Nobshin and I will probably play that story mode and have a rip-roaring good time.
Rip roaring.
And it, like, also, graphically, that game looks hot.
Yes.
I'm ready for, like...
It's going to take what it needs to take from Injustice, which I think everyone should be playing anyway.
Yeah. I'm ready for the first, like, next-gen fighting game. for real. And I
Wasn't
know
it Killer Instinct?
Yeah, that's true. You're right. Killer Instinct.
Super
is hot.
Smash Brothers.
Super Smash. Yeah, thank you.
If you're one of those people who argues Wii U's next gen.
I'm not.
Nope.
It is.
Nah.
It is in a generation of consoles.
That's a limbo gen.
Yeah, but it's a limbo gen. Yeah.
Nega gen.
Nega
Like
gen.
some Sailor Moon shit.
If only Greg were here. I think that's it for news. Quan Chi's gonna rip your arms off and beat you with them.
Yes.
That's definitely gonna happen.
We got
Yeah,
games.
Like while you're fighting, not just this final smash, just arm comes off, can no longer use the arm.
His final smash is he fucking rips off your arms.
You called it a final smash.
Well, whatever.
Not an X-ray move. Like,
Not an X-ray move. That's just what he
back
does
forward,
mid-match.
back forward triangle. Bam. Rips it off.
He fucking rips off both your arms and hits you with them, and then like the fight keeps going, and you're just sitting there like slowly losing health with no arms. Some free games are coming out for your home consoles this month. Nabashin,
Yeah?
do you want to?
Not really. No, not really. On PS4, Drum Club, a free edition of that will finally come out. So
Yeah, PlayStation Plus edition.
yes, so it'll be like just a limited version. Like I think it's like maybe like it's probably like, I think it was like 5 cars and like 3 tracks. But that's
I
that's
think it's like
substantial.
I thought it
think
was more
it's-
than that.
I
I
think
think
it's
it's
like-
11 and 11 or something like that.
15
did they?
cars, 10 tracks. I think it's
Something
somewhere
like that.
around there. But yeah, I can check.
Yeah,
Continue.
well, yeah, so check that out. Dustin Elysian Tales coming out on PS4, which is probably something I'll hopefully actually beat that game because like I enjoyed it a little bit. I played it on my 360, but I just never went back to it for whatever reason. It's kind of like Transistor is right now, where I want to play it, but I never play it. So,
Drive Club PlayStation Plus edition comes with one location, which is India. 11 tracks in that location and 10 cars. And
okay.
access to all the game modes. Plus, if you would like to buy the full edition of Drive Club after you play the PlayStation Plus edition, it's $50 upgrade as opposed to $60. So,
Not bad.
there you go.
Not bad. So on the MPD, you'd be like, "Oh, nobody's buying Drive Club." Like, oh, of course. A, because it's a free game, and B, that they knew they're gonna buy the digital edition because why not?
Yeah, for comparison's sakes, there are 5 locations in the full game, 55 tracks, 50 cars, and 50 tour events. So.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah. And also on PS4, you'll get Spelunky for free.
Yeah. Which, like, if you don't already have it already, am I right, guys?
Nope, I don't have it.
God damn it, Scott, and you like that game.
I'll have it soon.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
You know, I've been waiting for it.
It's so
Yep.
good.
Or if you're Alex and you have it on every single console it's actually been made for.
it's
He
just
has
like-
a problem. We
Complete
know.
the cycle.
We're
It's
done
like-
rubbing it in. He
it's-
needs therapy.
It's not an Xbox One yet.
He's getting therapy.
I'm working on it, guys. My therapist says I just need to accept how much I love Spelunky before I can really talk to people about it.
It's only taken like 3 years to accept it.
It's free. It's an awesome game. It's fucking gonna rip your hair out and turn you white, but pale white.
And also, when you get it, you'll get the PS3 version and the Vita version for free.
If you're already pale white, you'll go clear.
Yeah, you'll go clear. Full
awesome
translucent.
value. On PS3, you get Batman Arkham Asylum, which is like I said earlier, like Batman Arkham City came out for free like a few months ago, so now they're just putting out the first game now, which is kind of out of order, but hey, it's a decent game. I love that game.
Batman
I would love
Arkham
to play the game
Asylum
again.
is one of the best like Metroidvania style games in the world ever. It's awesome.
Super good. And we also get Dungeons and Dragons Chronicles of Mithra. Is that
Which-
Mithra?
Mystara? I think
Mystara.
it comes with 2 Dungeons and Dragon games that form the Chronicles of Mystara. I'm not too familiar with this one though.
Yeah. It's like an old Capcom beat 'em up game. It's kind of basically Dragon's Crown. That's basically where Dragon's Crown came from.
Okay.
And on Vita you get Pricks the Cat, which is also coming out on PS4, so that means you'll get that version for free. And on also you'll get Rainbow Moon,
Run,
and
boom.
you'll also get the PS3 version for free. Which is, man, Sony's just fucking killing it.
Rainbow
I
Moon's
swear.
been free twice now.
Really?
The last time Rainbow Moon was free, I got it.
Okay.
And I'm
Shit.
like, well, that's fine. And then I'm like, I guess I'll have it, so because it probably won't be free again. Nope, I was wrong.
There you go.
I don't remember that being free. I'm pretty sure I would have gotten it if it was free. Maybe did you get like maybe the PS3 version and then you get the Vita version for free? Or
No, I've never bought that game.
okay, okay.
I didn't even know there was a PS3 version. So
There is. It's I recommend the Vita version because it makes more sense portable.
okay.
I don't see you like sitting in front of your TV doing this, like the kind of stuff you do in it. It's like Tactics. How Tactics I feel was like perfect portable when it came out of PSP.
Yeah,
Mm.
makes sense.
On Xbox One, they'll get Chariot, some new game that I don't want to heard of yet. But it's a totally new game, so check that out if you have an Xbox One.
Mhm.
Probably a good deal. And for the 360, you'll get Battlefield, Bad Company 2, and Darksiders 2.
Darksiders 2 is awesome. I don't care what people say. It's not as good as the first one, but it's still great. So that's my 2 cents. So you get for the 1st through the 15th, you can get Battlefield Bad Company 2, which is the best console Battlefield game, aside from I guess 4. But even that was, And then through the 16th through the 31st, you can get
Serb.
Yeah, I know. you can get
I mean, I
Darksiders
guess
2.
4 when it works.
When it works, It's
By that,
fixed
I mean,
now.
it doesn't.
For the
Oh,
most
and you
part.
forgot that news item.
Oh.
There's no news though.
Visceral says that they promise to make sure that Battlefield Hardline, quote, will work, end quote, at launch.
Neat.
So,
We also promise it'll be quote on a disc.
so that's just fucking silly.
One of these things might be true.
One of these things may be true. That's it for news. Let's go. We have a old school style voicemail from Silver PR. He didn't send it to our email. He sent it to our Google Voice box, which is what happens when you call that phone number that we say on the show. So let's check it out. Oh God, I clicked the wrong thing.
Hello, guys. Silver here. Not usual voicemail, like every other week. I'm on the go right now in the streets, so I'm making you a phone call.
Streets.
Because, I just want to
Grabbing the
be
brand.
present. I'm babbling. It's the weekend now for me. I just got out of work. I'm going for some Chinese takeout, the best takeout, because, well, there's no Chipotle's yet down here, so
Oh,
I guess
fuck.
the best takeout. But yeah,
Well, that's racist.
not too much to talk about, Gage. Destiny, again, because it's the only thing that I got on the PS4. And yeah, I played with Greg the other day, like for almost 4 hours.
I'm
Thank you,
sorry.
Greg, for spending your time playing with me. Also, Mr. Bodydude.
Bottitude.
I don't remember that was the name.
That's you, Jared.
That's me.
Yeah, that guy. I'm sorry. I forgot his name. I'm like really tired. I'll apologize to you
Understand your
later.
street team.
But yeah, good.
It's tiring.
Still having fun with it. Yeah, and no tangents to say about this week. I have nothing in my mind right now. Although, all that good stuff on the PlayStation Plus for next Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
Boy. Spelunky on the PS4 for free with Plus. Hey, Alex, we gotta do this. We gotta play Spelunky.
Yeah.
We're gonna have some fun.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. But yeah, really, really interested. Although, Batman Arkham Asylum? God, that's crazy. But yeah, guys, nothing to on that. Really right now I'm going to take the Chinese takeout because, girlfriend's pregnant and she needs to eat. So,
She needs Chinese food.
okay, guys, have a fun one. I hope you are doing well throughout the weekend and the rest of the week. Without further ado, good luck. So PR.
Thanks, Silver PR. You know,
You should do a Spelunky PS4 hypecast.
should do that on Monday. Get people super excited. It'll just be me.
Yes.
And it'll be me in a Google Hangout by myself going like, all right, guys, this is the hot strat. This is what you got to do. Nah, man, like, Like I said, I'm gonna stream it. I think I'll do like a stream as long as it takes me to beat it, and I'll try and beat it the right way instead of just killing all mech. But that's a show. It's a show. It's done. Thank you, Silver PR, for calling in. Whew. All right. Before we say goodbye, a little reminder: episode 200 is in 2 weeks. That's like a lot of episodes that I've edited. I haven't even edited last week's show yet.
I like the pain in their voice there.
Evan was like, "I'll get you my file, like Wednesday night, Thursday morning." I'm like, "I don't have time." So like after I'm done here, I'm just going to go edit that episode because I only have time on the weekends and on Tuesday. Just give me the files on Tuesday. Anyway, I'm sorry, people.
I had mine up.
You got yours up, which I was very happy about, Scott. It's all Evan's fault. He comes back for fucking 1 week out of the month, and he's just like, fuck it. But anyway, episode 200 is in 2 weeks, October 17th. It's a Friday. We'll be live around 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Maybe earlier, maybe a little bit later. We'll see how the schedule plans out. We're going to have a bunch of people in the same room together, so it's going to be a mess, but like the good kind. And, yeah, we'll be taking calls. Just add Irrational Passions on Skype or tweet at me at AlFighter27 and let me know that you're looking forward to it and you want to call in. And that way I'll just know. I'll have an idea of the number of people who are calling in. Justin's just really happy that it's not the same week as New York Comic Con, which is next Friday. So he won't have to call in from New York Comic Con again. That's it. That's the friendly reminder. With that, you can contact us in a variety of ways, be a part of the show by emailing mailsack@irrationalpassions.com. That's mailsack@irrationalpassions.com. Or you can call in like Silver PR did at 404-590-1337. Standard long distance fees do apply. Follow each of us on Twitter. I am at AlFighter27. Scott is at WhatTechuz. Nabishin's at NABESHIN186. And Jarrett is at Jarrett John, all one word. Because he's Jarrett and he Johns, as his description will tell you.
I do John.
Some other stuff, please rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. It helps us out a lot. Follow the site on Twitter at IrrationalPod. Go to VGEvo.com. That's where our forums are. Evan posts the podcast over there, and you can check out all the other amazing podcasts on the Yeah, he does.
Does he, though?
I have to remind him to do it, but he does it. Check out the awesome podcast network there as well. And go to our YouTube page. Watch me play Zelda games. I'm doing like a week on, week off type thing right now, just because it's easier for me. But everything's set up for next week. And I still plan on and trying finishing that by the end of the year. It shouldn't be too hard. It just depends on how long Skyward Sword takes me, how grueling a process that is. And tell your friends about the show, please. That would help us out a great deal. And once again, Extra Life is October 25th. It is just around the corner. You can go to irrationalpassions.com and click the Extra Life link at the side or top to learn more, see what games we might be playing, and donate to our cause, because it's going to be for a good cause, and it's a lot of fun, and you can watch us slowly lose our mind. You can watch Scott completely lose his mind.
Oh, that's because I decided to leave it at the door when I come in.
Oh, yeah. He just leaves it right there. Hangs it up with his coat. And irrationalpassions.com. That is where all the love happens.
People like to kick it. I get upset.
It just breaks your heart, man. I think I'm going to do a Smash Brothers 3DS review. And I'm still working on a feature piece that is going to take a little time to sink into, but we'll see. That's it.
Core Talk.
Well, we're going to do Core Talk because Core Season 4 started after the credits, as I call them.
Yeah, I'm just letting people know.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
You never know.
It had slipped my mind, so. Thank you, Jarrett, for joining us.
No problem.
On such short notice. It's good to have you around.
Hold on, are we going to do titles with Jarrett's input?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Scott, I haven't even said goodbye to everybody yet. There's a whole part left still. Thank you, Scott and Nabshin, for joining me, as always.
Oh, yeah, that's right, this part.
Yeah. We've only done this like 175 times. Probably
Eight.
more than that. It's 178. You've only missed exactly like 12 shows or whatever. 20 shows.
Less than 20. More
It's
than
less-
10.
Less than 20, more than 10. That's fair. Thank you guys so much for listening. You guys make the show go round and the world also. And thank you to Danny Wiesner for your opening and closing music of two-player co-op to start us up and The World is Saved to close us out. I've been your host, Alex O'Neill, and play your games, stay rational. We will talk to you guys next week. All right. Let's see what these titles are.
Not that much.
Take pre-show wink at face value. I like that so much.
Go ahead and read it. You already started.
Hold
Take-
my beer. Watch this.
Watch that one's also so good. Scott's catchphrase:
Nah.
Alex's mom loves Rihanna, and you sank my battleship. I like hold my beer. Watch this a lot. And pre-show wank at face value. Oh
I
god,
think,
that,
like,
Well, you know it's between the two. We just don't know which one it is.
yeah. What do you like more, Scott?
yeah.
I was hoping I wouldn't have to do this.
You're like, hold on, let me see here. You pull out your notebook and you get your pen, you click it. It's
Nah,
like,
right now my head's completely cocked to the side. I'm leaning back.
You put your spectacles on.
Right now I'm squinting, no glasses. Completely the opposite of what you're picturing.
Pretty much. What do you like, Jarrett?
I don't know. It's like choosing my kids.
Which one do you love more? The one with beer.
I feel like the second Hold My Beer is succinct enough to be a title.
Hold my beer just by itself.
Or Hold My Beer and Watch This. I mean, that's still shorter than
Yeah.
pre-show wank on face value. Which might arguably be better. It's just not much of a title.
Yeah, you're right. Nabishin.
I show wink.
Okay. Jared, do you think you can say the title?
Sure.
I think we're
which
gonna
one
go
are we
with Hold
doing?
My Beer.
Okay.
Although pre-show wank is a great runner-up. Just slip that into the titles thing at the Game of the Year thing.
Hold my beer. Do a pre-show wink.
Hold my
Or
beer.
make the other one a like subtitle so that it counts
Yeah.
technically.
Hold my beer colon pre-show wank.
Jesus.
I like hold my beer. Watch this. All right, Scott, you can say the number. It's 170, 198, 178. You're fucking me up now, Scott.
I said 198.
You said earlier 178 shows.
No, I did I add the 170? You said 170.
I don't know. Whatever happened. I literally completely forgot what I said.
This is the Irrational Passions Podcast, episode 198.
Yo, hold my beer. Watch this.
And then just like a chest comes out of nowhere. That's what I should do for the title card. All right, you can stop recording, Jarrett. You are free to go. We're gonna talk about Korra now.
Yeah, and you know,
I know.
need to be part of that.
I know how hot you are on Korra, so
All right, guys.
thank you for coming on, man.
No problem.
Just get me your file by Tuesday, and have a good one, man.
Hopefully by tomorrow.
Yeah,
As I remember.
whenever. Yeah. All right,
198 is the episode.
198. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, man. Good night.
All right. See you later.
Later, bro.
Let's talk about Korra. How did you guys feel about this really bummer of an episode?
It's a nice intro.
It was a nice intro. I agree. But it was kind of like really depressing, honestly. At least to me. Maybe I'm just weird. What do you think of it, Scott? Scott? Korra.
Yes. I'm sorry, I'm messing with you.
Uh,
Let's see here.
Hold on. Every time Scott says "let's see," just do.
It's what do I want to address first? Because I like to do things in chronological order rather than what comes up to mind first. Because if I do that, everything goes all over the place.
So the episode opened with I can't remember.
Asami and the prince and the
Yeah.
king.
Yeah, and the prince guy.
Prince King. Mako's got to deal with him.
I love it.
Like,
So you kind of get like 3 years have passed, blah blah blah. Kind of get an idea of what's going on, except for with Korra. Her bit's saved for the end. So how do you feel about this? I can't remember her name. Like the uniter, the Great Uniter.
she's gonna be a huge problem.
Yeah, she's kind of scary.
Very
like a-
much so.
In a weird way. She reminds me a lot of kind of like classic Conqueror style of like
Conquer?
yeah, Conquer. Bad for a day. Like a conqueror who
Oh, okay. I literally didn't know what you were
Okay.
saying.
who firmly believes that what they're doing is like the right thing to do, which can sometimes be scary. It's weird. I'm sad that Bolin is just kind of along for the ride, though. I expected more from him. But obviously the Earth Nation is like so fucked up that she is the best option at the Mo.
Earth Nation.
Earth Kingdom.
Jesus.
Whatever. Excuse me. How do you feel about the Airbender stuff? Fucking freedom fighters.
Pretty much.
Glide around with their sugar glider suits.
Squirrel suits.
Sugar glider suits.
Scott got it. Scott used to have a sugar glider, so.
Oh, okay.
I knew you'd appreciate it.
Not even flying squirrels do that.
Yeah. Whoosh. Oh, so cool. Yeah, no, I
They still need the staff. They don't have that, and that's a big mistake.
yeah, I agree. It's too cool to gust air with the staff. I'm just, I'm worried that this is gonna like end on a really bummer note. But we'll see. I don't think it will necessarily, but I'm just worried it might. But like as a first episode, I definitely wanted a lot more, like right away. It seems like they got a plan though. Like they know what they're doing. And yeah, I'm like they show Korra at the end, and she's all like beaten up and scraggy and not Avatar-y, and she's got her hair cut all short now, and she clearly is like she was lying to Tenzin and Tenrock.
Her dad.
Yeah.
Like, pretty sure she's trying to skip out on the entire Avatar thing right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing that because of her recovery took a long time, she probably just felt like unnecessary, and then that just kind of turned into angst. Some hot angst action, where she's just kind of done with trying to protect the world that doesn't need her anymore. But that's just me assuming.
I think it's more of she felt like she fell, and she feels that she needs to get better. Just get back into shape and just doing it her own way, though.
Maybe. Like, that's what I would hope. And, yeah, it's like I'm oh, Jesus Christ, my brother's calling.
Wow.
That was my phone vibrating. I'm super curious to see where it goes. I think, like, this is very much a setup, and I have no idea what's happening. So, it's depressing that
One hell of a setup, though.
yeah, one hell of a setup. It's depressing to see everyone like scattered about every which way. Like,
Yep.
fucking Bolin, it's not with Mako for like the first time ever. And Mako's like, pretty much he has to go to the Earth Kingdom and be the new king's prince or pet, his bear. And yeah, no, I like what they were kind of going with as far as like trying to be humorous with the prince, but I don't know if it's sticking quite yet. But we'll see.
I found not that the prince was funny, but Mako being stuck to him funny.
Yeah, that was
Like,
funny.
really, really funny.
Mako having to deal with that shit. But yeah, I guess they're going to be doing 1 week until the finale, so hopefully this season of Korra Talk will last a little bit longer. And yeah, I guess we'll hold out for now. If you'd like to talk about Korra Talk to us, you can email us or voicemail us. If you send in a voicemail, just let me know on Twitter that it's about Korra. And if you email us, just put like Korra Talk in the subject line. And we'll read you guys' stuff about Korra Talk. Justin's done it before, so that's it. That's the end of the show. You guys can stop listening now. And you guys can stop recording now. Bye, guys.